Round one. Fight! Kitana.
Yes, so welcome back on board, ladies and gentlemen, to Pain Train Gaming. We are here with Mortal Kombat 5, also known as Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Why is it called Deadly Alliance, you say? Well, probably tell by the picture in the last one, but we will show you if it plays the intro. I like the intros. This is when the intros started getting really good because they were all cinematic, and as I said, Deception is my favorite intro ever, and you guys will be able to see why tomorrow night. And Sunday night as well, because I've split them up into two different ones, because the Conquest mode is going to take a good while to actually complete, and I feel that's going to be another one we're going to come back to in the 9 days that I don't have really anything kind of planned, but I will have something planned on the day, and I feel that's going to be one of them. Is the intro? Nope. It's just things. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me just press the start button here. Go into it anyway. Okay, there's that. So start. And right, so let me go back. Perfect. Now, let's watch, shall we?
Mortal Kombat has always been and always will be. For millennia, the forces of good and evil have been locked in eternal battle over the control of Earthrealm. Some seek to use the tournament to destroy all that is good. Others seek vengeance, power, or eternal life. Time after time, each individual threat has been vanquished, and Earthrealm has enjoyed relative peace for many years. But there is concern that Earth is once again in peril. And this time, the threat of evil has two faces. It is now known that the sorcerer Quan Chi has escaped from the Netherrealm. Since his escape, Quan Chi has unlocked the secret of the ancient runestone, discovered the ancient undefeatable army of the long-forgotten Dragon King, and most disturbing of all, formed an alliance with one of our deadliest enemies, Shang Tsung. With their combined strength, they plotted to overpower the only two beings who could prevent their total domination of the two realms. The first was the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. In a false show of allegiance, they sprung their attack.
Right, shit, Joe got fucked up.
They then traveled to Earthrealm by way of a mystical portal known only to sorcerers and deities. There, they confronted Earth's mightiest warrior and champion of Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang. It has been Shang Tsung's desire to consume the soul of Earthrealm's greatest warrior. With Quan Chi's assistance, he achieved this goal. Liu Kang is dead.
And when I saw that, my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe that actually happened at the very beginning, and I'm like, so does that mean he's not in this one?
And are using the souls of conquered warriors to resurrect the Dragon King's undefeatable army. Should they succeed, they will have the means to conquer Outworld and eventually Earthrealm. They will be unstoppable. I can no longer stand idly by and watch this evil consume the world. I have relinquished my status as Elder God to return to Earth and lead you all to battle against our old adversaries. We must act now. We must stop this deadly alliance.
Yeah, so that's more or less why it's called Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. People got Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Basically, they think they're now the ultimate duo because they've overthrown Shao Kahn pretty much in a cheap attack. And well, I suppose all Shao Kahn's attacks are attacks, but you know, mine might basically overpower them. And the same with Liu Kang, more or less. But like, they are only one person, and they're two people. If you kind of get me, Shao Kahn's one person. They're two people. Now they've basically gotten every single like Earthrealmer and person who wants to, you know, kick back at it, and they're all going to go up against these two only combatants, more or less. So I mean, they have a few bodyguards and all, like Draman and Moloch, but you know, it's still not really going to be enough for everyone going up against Shao Kahn and Kung La, or sorry, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Okay. And I did promise you a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. He will be on shortly. I basically told him to jump on whenever he's ready. See if you can pretty much find out who it is. Hello, profile. Profile. I don't even think actually locked any content. Have we? Music video Immortal by Edema. MK history. Making of MK, which is pretty cool. Ina's endings, character, concept art. An extra. Have cookie. Have anything. God damn it. So this stream has only just got underway, but what I think we'll do is, this is the first look at the crypt, basically, ladies and gentlemen. This is more or less where they started off in terms of being able to give you various ways to unlock stuff, and it was really kind of interesting because this is the first time they've ever used a kind of a currency mechanic, and I like the way it's various different currencies, like, you know, you've got ruby, you've jade, you've gold, silver, platinum, all that sort of stuff, to be able to actually buy stuff. And you've got, geez, what is it, 24 by 24 coffins? So yeah, you have a lot of coffins to unlock, more or less. This took me a good while to unlock it, and I thought the ones that had the lights on them were kind of like secret stuff. Some are, some aren't. It was quite crazy. I'm just gonna buy a random one here, PO. It's like 71, just to show you the bean. So we're gonna buy this. There we go. Coffin's gonna fall. And it's 108 gold coins. Just what you want. So yeah, this would take you a good while to complete, and it was quite interesting as well, because it kind of kept you going back and back and back to play more Mortal Kombat. And obviously you kind of want to play more because you want to get everyone's ending. I'll tell you what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen. The stream only really kind of started in the last 3 minutes. We're going to give everyone a chance to get in here and all. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the making of MK. It's a quick video to show you a day in the life of the Mortal Kombat team as they made Deadly Alliance. And I thought this was an amazing thing to include in Deadly Alliance as it went on to the next evolution of consoles in PS2. I was always interested to see what they were doing as they made games and all, and this kind of shone a bit of light on it. So that's what we're going to watch now. So let's just watch it really quick. Everyone get your popcorn ready. Filmed over a period of 15 hours. Like, look at that. Like, think about that, right? 15 hours a day they'd spend making Mortal Kombat. That's nuts. Like, they didn't really get that much sleep at all. And they probably still don't, but yeah, people are still barking orders at them to this character or this thing. It's just leave them alone and let them make their own stuff. I mean, you can voice your opinion of a character that you wish to come in. When you start like posing death threats and all that sort of stuff to a game developer, like fuck you, basically, you know. There he is, man himself.
The typical day in Mortal Kombat starts with me trying to get in as early as possible. Most of the other guys in the team work late into the night, and in the morning I can get a few uninterrupted hours to program in the character's moves and plan things out for the rest of the day.
Well, he takes his head off, basically throws it, sticks in the other guy's face, then he kind of staggers there for a little while, fall back on his back, legs are twitching, and Kung Lao comes there and he lifts his foot up, steps on the guy's stomach, the hat flies up, he grabs it, and goes into like a cool pose.
Then, starting at about 9 or 10, most of the others start pouring in, and from that point on, the insanity begins.
Hello, Steve. Hey. What's going on? Oh, that looks cool. Wow, you do that all like last night or something?
Yeah.
I like that. I finished the Shang Tsung. Whatever that is.
Just trying to get the whipping right.
It looks cool when it goes back in his chest.
My main role on the team is background design. You have the very European Gothic flying buttress and the very Asian tower top. I made this single element, which I'm going to repeat. Right now you can see I've got textures on the model, but they're merely placeholder textures.
And we got these hook swords. I don't know who's getting that, maybe Movado. Just a regular staff. And they're all taped up, so when we capture, we get the Tanfa. The Tonfa. The Sai, of course you gotta have the Sai.
Of course.
The regular broadsword. There's more laying around everywhere else. So. Welcome to Vogelland, where I'm doing Shang Tsung's fatality. I guess each time he hits, like, I think souls come out. You know, and go into Shang Tsung each time, or each time they go up in the air. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I just know what I have to do animation-wise. And Ed's going to say, okay, now the souls come out, and now they don't.
Can you show me right where she makes impact, when she kicks him? Right here, you can stop. You don't even need him to do anything. Don't even have him do any impact. If you can hand animate so she, the impact repels her away. It's like a jerk like that. Or we could do it in the game.
Cyrex is going to grind him up kind of like a blender. His doors are going to open again, and body parts and blood and ripped up flesh is going to come pouring out of his chest at the end. Tony's actually doing the bloody stumps and bloody pieces.
I do a lot of the whatever effects is needed for someone if they're getting, say, cut in half or something like that. Just would overlay on top, and this part up here I haven't done it yet. Just kind of be the spinal column, so you get 2 in 1 here. Get a lot of good use of texture space.
Just think of the technology they had to use back in the day.
Qualify you as motion capture talent. Rolling.
acid bath. This is a concept drawing.
Crazy, eh?
And
Pretty cool.
basically, I wanted these statues here that had these churning bowls of acid inside it. And it's kind of like a Buddha, but demonized a little or something. It's a close-up, a head study. They would just gush out this vomit, this acid out of their mouth at the end of the round for a background fatality. It's tedious. I'm trying to limit your geometry and still try to get a lot of detail. Blah.
No real background validation.
Making a video game today is almost
That's a shame.
nothing like when we worked on the first Mortal Kombat in 1991. Mortal Kombat 1 had one programmer, 2 artists, and a sound designer. That's it. 4 guys. Whereas on Deadly Alliance, we have a team of over 50 people. We've been lucky enough to get some of the most talented people in the video game business. And on any given day, it's amazing how many different parts of the game are being worked on at the same time. A lot of what I do involves non-stop bouncing from office to office, checking out character and background designs, as well as all the technical hurdles we have to overcome. There's a lot of issues to deal with in producing this game for 3 systems simultaneously.
So do you want, Tony said he thinks he could probably do...
See? There's a lot of pressure developing it for just 3 systems. You know? And then everyone wants them to do a PC port. No! I mean, well, okay, I get why they want it. I do get why they want it, and they should do it, but, like, give them time. No? You don't want it exactly the same time as... If it's pressure enough to do it for 3 consoles, imagine how pressure it is to do it nowadays. And no, it's not just 3 consoles, like so many other consoles.
Man, that looks like.
If you want to see it the bad way, spin it around.
Oh, is that it's like a new texture map for Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Because that looks awesome.
You know that some of those images actually look better at 128. Because when you have that much data to scramble.
How's that coming?
Right now I can give you 3 levels, John. Your Sonya's clean face. And this is level 1, just a few bruises and cuts. 2, I imagine, is the level that you're going to see the most in the game. And then 3 should be like just insane, just over the top. Just
Looks good though.
Yeah, that's a weird. No, I mean, I think it's cool enough that that it's worth the effort, you know.
Brutal.
Yeah.
You want to lunch that?
I think I need to eat. Let's go get Tony or somebody like that.
Yeah, let's go get a bite to eat, people.
Good. Hoagie's good. We're doing Lee May's Fatality, and John needs the Maya model.
You know, if it can have the texture maps too, that'd be cool.
Okay. Oh. That's even the closest one out there.
Usable?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll give him to Dan when he comes in next.
Cool. Thanks.
So it has digits in it, but that's what I'm showing.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
And here's our test your mic problem. Warm up animations.
Go on, Jax. You can do it, Jax. Oh.
It's no!
Today's a motion review, and then at the end of it, I'll show you stuff for lighting review, etc. But at any point, feel free to throw any comments out there about anything. Just be aware that I might say, yeah, that hasn't been lit yet, or yeah, we know that. Because I just had my team meeting, and here's an entire list of notes that we had from today's review.
The camera motion on the very first shot, it just seems a little quick. There's no ramp up to it. It just kind of starts speed and it goes across. I know we need to kind of get there, so maybe we need to just kind of look at that shot against the previous shot and see if it works.
There's some kind of problem with your work. Everybody says there's a communication problem. What gives?
Dude, I don't even know you anymore.
Just kick right away.
I love it. Love it.
But you know, do the for a good hook. Carlos is the life of this game.
This
Yeah.
is, now that I've got alternate Shang Tsung, I'm going in on the details and adding stuff like his back emblem right now. And so whatever detail you see, you know, in terms of folds and wrinkles and stuff, is all in the texture. It'll hide a lot. Let's open up his eyes a little bit, and it'll show you. Basically, you can get a lot out of a few polys if you just weigh your vertices right.
Okay, maybe you don't have to totally lunge out.
Gotcha!
I can't do this with these cameras here.
Yeah, go Carlos, work it.
For blind Kenchi's reaction.
It's just Kenshi now.
Okay, Kenshi. The loop does not match like where their starting heads are. Like see his head right there, and then on the loop, look how far his head snaps back. I had to loop like the last bit of frames in order to make it look.
So I guess we're gonna have to figure out a way to go about connecting the each of the coffins with the amount of money spent.
Right, we've got the database, which is going to tell us what's in each coffin, how much the coffins cost. Once the player opens a coffin, it has to be marked in the player profile table.
So how many coffins are there in this crypt?
It's a 26 by 26 array, so there's 676 coffins.
That's a lot of coffins.
It's acting. It's the life, man. This is the life.
So how's that motion work for you?
I'm jealous. I want to do what he does. So cool.
Things move so fast during one of our
Gotcha.
typical days that before you know it, the whole day's just flown by. Usually by then we're pretty exhausted, but we know
Hey, look at
the
that,
whole
almost
process
10.
starts
And then
all
he's in
over
at
again
7.
the next day.
He's literally going home straight to bed, like.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's crazy, like. But honestly, like, fair play to the lads. Like, they do what they do for us. They do what they do, mainly, like, mostly for us, but mainly for their passion of game development. And it shows off in the final product, like, it really does. And I want to thank Ed and the entire team for doing what they do to keep us happy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have kind of gotten into our 10-15 minute mark of the thing. We're going to start the arcade process. Before we do, I want to really quickly options, game options. Again, we're trying to get you to see all the endings and stuff like that. So we're gonna try and do this. Oops, god damn it. We're gonna try and do this as easy as we can. Give ourselves a max number of times to get enough time to get rid of everybody. I know everyone's like, novice and all. Like, I finished it on medium. I'm only changing it to novice so I can get you guys seeing almost every person's fatality. Because it's 8:15 now. I have till pretty much 11:30-ish, 11:45. Then I'm in working early in the morning, so I gotta go to bed early. So we're gonna jump straight into arcade. And I think what I might do is I might do this one picking probably my favorite guy, really. Like the person that I want to choose. I think actually for the start, I think we'll go with Shang Tsung. I think we'll go with Shang Tsung to kind of change things up a bit, really. So why not, ladies and gentlemen? Am I right? Alright then, let's do this.
Round 1. Fight!
And this is good because you have all these oh, nice.
Wins. Flawless victory. Round 2. Fight!
Myself. No. Come on.
Finish him!
There we go. This is what we saw them making in the that video we just watched. And finish him. Ah.
Wins. Fatality.
Oh, actually, the good thing, the bad thing about Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, so it housed the most ridiculous fatality ever, and you'll all see what that is as soon as we get to it. Just like really, really.
Round 1. Fight.
Hey, damage chan. Die, Sonya. Yes. ISO.
Round 2.
Fight. Come on, Sonya. Ah. In the face. Oh crap. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah.
Fatality.
Good job, Shang Tsung. I have to try and find cooking Scorpion show you people. Hey, I didn't hear fight. Scorpion cheated. Oh crap. I know you don't. Come here. Yeah. Ah.
Shang Tsung wins.
Flawless victory.
Round 2. Fight.
No, you don't. God damn. Eat sword! Or don't. There we go, you now eat sword. Perfect. Yes! Let's go! Ow. Ow. And ow. Step on him. There we go.
Wins. Fatality.
Fatality. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Kano.
Round 1.
Ugh.
Fight.
Ooh, why have I been like this? I've been like this all day. I didn't get much sleep last night, that's why. Left the computer on.
Shang Tsung wins.
That's all the people dying.
Round 2.
So many.
Fight.
Come on. Damn it. Oh, it's like that, is it, Kano? There we go. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, give me your soul, Kano. Ah. Finish him. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Ouchies. Step on him. Step on him. Oh! Fatality. Perfection. Ah, that's pretty. Oops. Come here. On Kung Lao. Boom. There we go. Hey.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, damn you. Come here. Oh, it's like that, is it? There we go. In the face. Finish him. Or what? Ah, brilliant. Come on, Shine. Do it. Test your might. Go. There we go. Oh, it's not working. Alright, that's why, because I'm clicked into it. There we go! Yes! Nice!
It's working now?
Hi, Ishy. What's up, man?
Hey. How's it going?
Not bad. And you?
Yeah, I suppose it's going well too.
Good.
Yeah. What time is it over there in Ireland?
Just 8:30 now.
I see.
I remember when we did the podcast and I was knackered and you were all like still hyped up.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna this work. Speak.
Yes? No?
Oh, there you go. Whoa, I had my volume up way too high. Your voice is blasted through my eardrums. Alright. So that's cool. Alright, so let's do this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like an hour or so stream?
I normally go till about 11:30. Try and get through it with everyone.
I see, yeah. And
Yeah.
You're already streaming right now?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, so Deadly Alliance.
Indeed.
My favorite Mortal Kombat game.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually funny because like when people ask like what's my favorite Mortal Kombat game, especially like a lot of my friends in real life that I have, they're like a lot of them are casuals, so it's like they don't really like recognize anything beyond like the first fucking 3 and sometimes the first 4 games. And so whenever I tell them my favorite game is, Deadly Alliance, they look at me funny, like, I don't remember that one. Which one was that?
Alright.
Yeah. And it's like, the reason why Deadly Alliance is like my favorite game in the series is just like, not so much for gameplay purposes, because first of all, I've never really been that competitive from the start. Whenever I play games, I just play to have fucking fun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And the thing that attracted me most at first with the Mortal Kombat series is the art style, the atmosphere, the story, the character designs, the arenas, backgrounds, all that. You know, there's the more creative direction. And Deadly Alliance, I feel like, is one of those series high points with the story, with where the story went. It was like, I feel like it was the last. I wouldn't say the last really good story, but I would say it's like the last story in the game where things were consistent. Everything beyond the Deadly Alliance, like Deception started. I wouldn't. I mean, Deception isn't bad, but I would say it's where the story slowly started to deteriorate, and it continued off in Shaolin Monks and Armageddon, and eventually the reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like Deadly Alliance is the game where like the series mythology just like exploded and expanded. Like it was the first game we knew about the vampires and about the conquest mode itself just gives us like a plethora of like so much lore and like backstory behind like what the characters did after MK3, during MK3. And between the events of MK4 prior to Deadly Alliance, like it just gives us so much to work with, and I feel like I really appreciate that. And also, design-wise, Deadly Alliance was like the first console era game I've ever like seen. Like it's not the first one I owned. Well, the first one I owned was Armageddon on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
But when I went to my cousin's house, he had Deadly Alliance, and like when I first, it was pretty much my first exposure to the console 3D era in general, and so a lot of the character designs I've seen at that time just sort of been like the ideal costumes that I've seen them. Like whenever I think of Raiden, I always think of his Deadly Alliance outfit. Whenever I think of Sonya, I think of her Deadly Alliance outfit. It's like a lot of these designs just sort of stuck to me in my brain as like the definite outfits for the characters, like in terms of just evolving. And plus my two favorite characters are in that fucking game. Raiden and Katana. It's kind of funny because Raiden and Katana. And it's kind of funny because like before the reboot, anytime they were in a game, it was always one or the other. Like either Raiden was in and Katana wasn't, or Katana was in and Raiden wasn't. And that was like that after MK2. Going MK3, MK4, Deadly Alliance brought them both back, and Deception did the one or either thing again. Armageddon brought both of them back. Well, I wouldn't count Armageddon anyway because everyone needs to come back in that fucking game. But yeah.
Yeah, I suppose everyone really kind of looks down at Deadly Alliance in terms of they just look when you say Deadly Alliance, they think of Quan Chi's neck stretch fatality, and then the whole thing about it only having like let's say like one fatality, but then you kind of argue the point. Well, Mortal Kombat 1 had one fatality, and it was the best. It was almost the best in the series, like
Yeah, it's like there's this stigma or something like just in general like. Fans look down upon the console era just because like it's hip. Fucking let's all do it or some shit. Like, and I don't see why. Like gameplay wise it was a step down, but you have to consider Deadly Alliance was saved the series back in 2002 the same way the reboot did in our generation. It's after MK4 the series was sort of reaching a gradual decline and was about on the verge of pretty much death. And then around 2000, John Tobias left, which everyone knows he was one of the co-creators of MK. Yeah. And it's like everyone was just sort of over the years. There was a 5-year hiatus of no Mortal Kombat games after MK4, and the series was literally on its last knees and was on the verge of death. Then Deadly Alliance comes around in 2002 and revitalizes the series, introduces it to a whole new generation. Expands its mythology. It's literally the game. It's literally the reboot of the series the same way 2011 saved MK in 2011. And it's kind of funny they're like only almost a decade apart, and that gives me like sort of like makes me think like, oh, are we gonna get another? Is our series gonna decline again at some point, and we're gonna get another reboot? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like people don't appreciate Deadly Alliance enough. Is what I'm trying to get at. Like, they always fault it just because the fucking gameplay was so janky and was so different from the traditional, you know, MK's traditional play style, like, you know, the fucking sweeps, uppercuts, even though that shit did come back in Deception, and the flips and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's definitely different, I'll give him that, but, I mean, to be honest, would you prefer to play the same shit every game?
No, exactly. That's why you want them to change it up a bit, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, it still had fucking goddamn hard sub bosses. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. When I was playing Deadly Alliance, the only character I used to beat Moloch was Johnny Cage, and I'd always go to his nunchaku style and just start spamming fucking 1-1-1-1.
I know, right?
I mean, it was like the only way to beat him.
Like with every stream I've done so far, it's always been this boss that's really pissed me off. But then when we got to Mortal Kombat 3, and I just could not beat for the life of me beat Shao Kahn, and I actually rage quit.
At least, like, the bosses, unlike MK3, the bosses in Deadly Alliance didn't have any invulnerability. They were just like, it was fucking annoying to play Deadly Alliance in general just because, like, there were no breakers and, like, characters could just do infinites left and right. And if you played on higher difficulties, good fucking luck playing against Quan Chi or Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the highest difficulty I ever played on Deadly Alliance was medium, just because, like, no, fuck anything beyond that.
I know, right?
So yeah, classic arcade mode. Are you in classic arcade mode currently?
Yeah.
Ah.
More or less, that's what I try and do, is I try and go through the arcade one with everyone on the roster, show as much as I can. We just watched, before you came on, we were watching the day in the life of Mortal Kombat making a game. Right. That was a real cool video to have in Deadly Alliance. Come on! Ah, yes. Thank God. One up on you, Moloch.
Round 2.
So who would you prefer more in this? You said your favorite was Raiden or Katana, so which one would you play more as? Raiden?
The thing is, it usually depends on the game, because it's like, usually, like, when I play MK 2011, I find myself enjoying Raiden more, just because, like, I guess he's easier to play, but in MKX, I find myself playing Katana a lot more, just because, like, for some reason, they changed Raiden's gameplay in X in a way where it's like, they took all the cool shit I love about him, and they only put it in one variation, and worst of all, the thing I love most about the Raiden's teleport is how fast it was, and like, in MKX, you can only, it's like, if you teleport, the opponent can, like, there's not enough room for you to, like, do your next combo, because the opponent will already, like, fucking punish you for it. And so, the only way to make it, like, you know, quick, and, you know, chain it with a combo like he did in his trailer is, like, do an enhanced version of it, but I don't want to waste a power up meter on that shit. So I find myself playing Katana a lot more. I feel like Katana is like she has like, I feel like she's more realized than MKX. Like, they took, like, she has three good variations, two of which I think are most viable. Assassin, like, I want to play Assassin, but I'm not really. Rushdown characters take a little bit of time for me to get around with. So what I do is I play Royal Storm mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Royal Storm is basically pretty much classic Katana on steroids.
Indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, I play Katana more than MKX. I play Raiden more than the 2011 reboot. But in the console, I played pretty much any of them that were in the game. Like I played both Raiden, Katana, and Deadly Alliance. I played Raiden in Deception, obviously, because he was the only one in.
Here was
yeah.
20 minute testers.
Ah.
Where's it gonna be?
I'm honestly surprised this didn't come back for MKX.
I'm surprised a lot of these things didn't come back for MKX.
Yeah, it was just kind of safe.
You chose wisely.
Then you get to the last one, it's like, oh my god, my eyes are hurting. Stop.
I have never failed one of these. It's just I think my reaction time with test your sight is really fast. Like I can tell whenever like a camera is like trying to trick me. Like, oh, you want to make me think that it's there on the left, but I know it's in the middle. I think test your bite is a lot harder than that. Just because like the buttons sometimes like when you reach the top of the meter, it's like it's hard to like fucking mash your buttons without breaking your fucking controller.
God damn it, Moloch, die!
I mean, as hard as this boss was, he had some of the most hypest fight music in any of the series. In fact, one of the things I really like about Deadly Alliance is the soundtrack in general. Like, it's very early 2000s fucking techno, and I fucking love that shit. Probably one of my favorite tracks in Deadly Alliance a lot is a few of them actually are the Lost Tomb, Shang Tsung's Palace, and what's it called, the House of Pikara, where it had the sort of Eurasian choir.
Oh, I love Shang Tsung's Palace one. Just adds to it as well with the soul scream by like, no! No!
Yeah. I love that little effect, yeah. I think that was ahead of its time too. Like, that was pretty much revolutionary in like, in terms of MK's like creativity and technology and like how they managed to do that.
Oh, I hate you, Moloch. I really hate you. Ah. That's actually, it's funny enough, we haven't really seen like any, let's say newer sub-bosses come into it really. I mean, we had Goro come back in MKX. Gintaro is, spoilers for anyone, Gintaro's dead technically because of the comic book series. We know that, right? So do you think...
Well, I wouldn't give the comic series too much credibility because, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they do is still inconsistent with the actual canon of the games in MKX. So, I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out. But yeah, as far as like new sub-bosses go, I feel like whenever they do anything like new in terms of like the area where bosses are, like I get worried because it's what they generally have been doing a lot lately since Armageddon is just like making lava monster shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Blaze was a lava monster, Dark Khan was a lava monster, fucking Corrupted Shinnok was another lava monster, and like, can you guys like expand?
Just don't give us any lava monsters, just bring back damn, like, very strong guys like Shao Kahn.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Naga, like, he wasn't really a lava monster, although he did, like, catch on fire and explode at the end of it.
Yeah. And it kind of makes me, like, worried if they do, like, a Dark Raiden and the boss, and, like, the final form of Raiden is just gonna be, like, a powered-up version with using the amulet, like a big boss Raiden. I'm worried that it's gonna fucking make him... He's gonna have, like, fucking lava cracks all over his body and shit.
And Deadly Alliance was the first one that they properly introduced, like, the crypt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the first game that introduced the crypt. And, like, it was a bit of a bullshit one, too, because, like, there was empty coffins, and if you selected the wrong coffin, you basically just wasted, like, 1,300 fucking coins.
Oh, I remember the first time that happened to me. I was like, what? Like, give me my money back then.
And it's like, it was even worse, because it just added insult to injury, because, like, anytime you did open an empty coffin, you hear Shao Kahn laughing at you.
No, but some of the content you got into it was really cool, though. I think, isn't this the one with cooking with Scorpion?
Yeah,
Like,
this was
I have to find that video. I really have to find that video. I can't remember what coffin was in, though.
Yeah, there's like 676 coffins. It was a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, like going further on the crypt, it's like this game, along with Deception, Armageddon, like one of the things I really do like about these games' crypts, especially Deadly Alliance, is just like how much fun they have with their series, and it's like you mentioned the Cooking with Scorpion was a prime example. I really want to see a lot of fun shit. That's all I can say. Like I want them to have fun with the series. It's like something I really miss with the franchise. It's like I feel like MKX has just gotten like too fucking serious, dark and gritty. Like
Exactly.
it's boring.
Yeah. I've been saying this like in the past. Like the content is just lacking, and they're not really having as much fun as they used to have.
Yeah.
Like during that whole day in the life of MK, they had bits where like they were talking to a dummy. And it's just like they were trying not to break their ass laughing, you know?
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, the motion capture dummy, that was great.
But like you see, this is the thing, like, looking at when these games were released, right? You're talking at least a good 3 or 4 year period in between each of them. In when they got contracted over to Warner Brothers, we seem to see a new one every... Okay, we do see a new one every 4 years now, but they're basically within 2 years they're working on Injustice, and then they've only really 2 years to work on an MK, unless maybe they have half team doing one thing, half the other team doing the other. But it just doesn't really give them time to do what they used to do.
Yeah, time may be part of the issue, but it's like there's an easy way to remedy that, and it's like you have 2 different teams working on different projects. That way you can get both out, and possibly even less shorter than a 2-year period, but at the same time put both an equal amount of collaboration and effort. Like I don't know exactly how game companies work, but I think as long as you have like 2 separate teams working on 2 separate projects, it's feasible. I mean, they kind of did that with the MK4 and Mythology Sub-Zero. Like they had 2 separate teams working on the project simultaneously.
Yes.
And yeah. Nice.
You see, I learned how to block. That's my one problem. I never fucking block. Brilliant.
I do love the how the battle plan in Deadly Alliance has sort of like evolved to like just making a planet and having it rotate to the next fighter, and it shows the stage in the bottom.
But now all we get is a ladder.
Yeah. It is well nostalgia, why not? It was damn near impossible to like stab the AI with the sword when playing this.
I mean, you'd be lucky to.
Yeah.
But then once you stab them, you lost your sword. You're like, no.
Yeah.
It's like the sword is the only thing that gets me by.
Round 2. Fight.
Did you see that little the leak thing that was done from MKX? Well, again, leak. I say that with quotation marks.
Yeah, it's like I don't buy any of that shit. And I think James MKD confirmed like that list coming from him. He was like, "That's not me. That's just some guy editing it."
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I knew from the beginning that leak was bullshit.
It's quite funny though. Like you can literally put anything on the internet, call it a leak, and people will remind them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially this is around the time like we're getting close to a new MK. I noticed a pattern. Anytime we're about like a few or like about half a year away from another MK being announced, people just start posting leaks and supposed leaks and bullshit just to like get people hyped for it. I'm like, I'm wise to your scheming. I know what you guys are planning. I'm not falling for it.
Like I fell into the trap hard in when Armageddon was announced, because they announced they create a fighter, and like everyone was saying, oh yeah, you can choose your you can choose all these cool special moves, and you can make your own fatality, like being able to pull off your head and doing a Scorpion's toasty and all, being able to use your your spear, like Scorpion's spear, to pull people's legs off. I just felt like I was like, oh yes, finally.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff sounded good on paper, but it ended up being half-assed as shit when the game came out. Like, creative fatality is just like it's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, it was
as
you said, it was good on paper. It was a good concept, all right. But once you put it to, there was too much coding obviously to do if you wanted to do everything.
Yeah. I want to rip the spine out, then do a toasted fatality. Creative fighter I think that was a bit lacking too, but at the very least you could still create some serviceable, decent stuff. Like I could create the classic ninjas, I could create like fucking Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Yeah, a Guile or Ryu or something. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was decent. I kind of wish for more, but then again, it's just from the brain of a concept designer who likes designing shit for like characters and stuff. I thought it was a bit lacking.
I've seen a lot of your stuff on DeviantArt. That's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm planning on updating my MK roster again soon. Like, I want to do more detailed outfits and such, but I think it's because the art app I keep using is it's so limited and has such low resolution that I can't put all the important little details I want, like earrings and shit. So I'm hoping as soon I might be able to get one of those drawing tablets and start.
Oh, the Wacom tablets, yeah.
Yeah.
They're real handy. I had them in college.
Nice.
Alright, Quan Chi.
The Deadly Alliance was no more.
I have to say though, out of all the intros that we've all seen, I think Deception has to be my favorite, just because Raiden going up against both Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, kicking ass, but then inevitably him getting defeated, and then Shang Tsung or Quan Chi killing Shang Tsung, and then you got a Naga coming in, and Quan Chi's going up against him, and then Shang Tsung just gets up after getting his neck snapped, going, alright, what's going on here? And then I was like, I swear to God, I said to my friend, wouldn't it be funny now if Raiden comes in and helps him? And sure enough, Raiden comes in and starts helping him. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think the Deception intro also has to be my favorite of all the opening intros that we've seen. I think it's also just because we've never seen cinematic action in MK at that time. Deception's intro was the first time we ever saw on-screen fighting. It's pretty much all the other supposed action that we saw in the games was just through those pictures and those in the character endings and such. We never saw any on-screen action fighting between the characters. We sort of did in MK4, but that shit was fucking bad.
Alright.
Puppets. Oh, sweet character endings.
Yes! Champions! Except that alliance is gonna fall now. So fast.
I miss these after boss kill screens that they give you, champion or well done, you've defeated the boss and stuff like that.
The Deadly Alliance was successful in reviving the mummified remains of the Dragon Kings and the feeble army.
Look at Quan. Trust me, man, you don't want that kind of power.
To realize that his relevance in the partnership had evaporated once his talents for soul transplantation.
Did neither of those two even see this coming? Come on.
I mean, yeah, it's they're both treacherous by nature. I mean, it's kind of cool that they did plan for a plan B just in case one of them did end up betraying one another. Shang Tsung had secretly hired Moloch and Ramen to kill Quan Chi if they ever turned on him or some shit like that.
The army would obey only Shang Tsung and not Quan Chi once.
can't remember what Quan Chi planned. I think he did do some sort of
Quan Chi's plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do Quan Chi next and see what his plan was.
Succeed where others had failed. He would conquer the realms. He would conquer.
Look at Kate on the background. Thank God it wasn't me.
But I'm on the winning side, mate. And this nice little kata demonstration.
Tai Chi.
I was kind of disappointed that Armageddon took away, like, even pictured endings for just kata dances and then your man talking to you about what happened. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, how many characters were there? Like, I mean, to do the picture endings for all those characters would have taken so much more longer. But even maybe just the main ones would have been cool.
60 character endings and like at least two frames at least for each character. That would have been like 120 like character endings they'd have to render pictures or draw. But mostly render because that's what they did on the time.
It just hit me there, actually. Now I remember Quan Chi's plan. He was the one who opened the Solnado, so he could have just switched. He switched it off, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Takes away Shang Tsung's. And I skipped it. Oh, thank God, I skipped it. It's doing an MK4. We had to sit through the entire credit scene before we could go back to the menu.
Exactly.
Right, go back to arcade.
How many character endings did you unlock? Like, you know, from all the currently unlocked ones.
On 4 or in this one?
In this one.
Oh, this is a brand new save file. I wanted everything back to the
see.
restart, so we've only really done Shang Tsung. I've finished this game time and time again now, so like definitely unlock all of them really.
No, I see.
Either way, down actually the bottom right, it says difficulty 1, difficulty 4. I mean, I don't think that really made any of the slightest bit of difference, did it?
I mean, it sort of did. Like whenever I played Boraicho on like one of the lower difficulties, I found him a lot easier to kill. But if you fought him in like midway through the globe on higher difficulties, he would be such a bitch to fight.
Really?
Yeah. That drunken fist was no fucking joke, man.
Broadsword. I don't know.
I do like how they implemented a little bit of lore into the character weapons. Like they made it part of the story. It's kind of funny. Like Reptile's sword actually has like canonical significance to like his people's history and like his story. Like Nitaro was the one that's like presented him the Kirahashi weapon as like a sign of friendship to Reptile, and then he takes the weapon and stabs her with it. Oh god, this fatality.
It's the one Ed Boon most regrets. But I kind of think to myself, what were you thinking at the time? But he probably just wanted to do it because it was just hilariously bad.
Well, like they wanted to change it, but they were pressed to just leave it in.
Yeah, I probably ran out of time or something.
Round 1.
I mean, it would have been cool if he just hopped on instead of a next stretch, just pull off the head entirely, really.
Yeah, it's like that's not that hard. I do like how in the 25th anniversary of MK they used the what's it called, the drum arena music. That was a nostalgia trip.
I actually have that video here as like a Be Right Back video, as it definitely does. Like daylight.
Yeah, I have a video planned for the 25th anniversary. I just need to get off my ass and finish it. I want to do it today. Today's my day off from work.
You get a chance to have a look at any part of the podcast yet?
Yeah, I did halfway through. I'm finished. I like it. It's.
What did you think of the intro?
I really like it. It's very fitting.
Yeah.
I love the sprite animations.
I used to actually do animations for Mortal Kombat, because when you were watching like Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter animations, that oh god, who was the guy who did them? On tip my tongue, I can't actually remember his name. They did Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, then Mortal Kombat Street Fighter 2, and then 2.5, and they were just amazing to watch. Like, I got
from like years ago and shit, right?
Yeah. I got inspiration.
I used to watch that when I was a kid.
Probably even watched some of mine. You were like, "This is shit compared to the other one." My one were my ones are kind
like,
of awful.
Like as a kid, I didn't really pay attention to like the quality of like how things were. Like if it looked cool to me, I liked it. I wasn't very critical. Yeah. Like those really shitty like Mortal Kombat spoof videos where like they turned MK into a sitcom, and it has like
Dorkly.
yeah.
Oh, Sub-Zero, get over here! Or else like Combat Kids. Did you ever see Combat Kids?
Yeah, I saw that one. It's cute, but yeah.
I wish someone would bring like the animations back though. I don't think they've done it in a good while.
Yeah, animations are just kind of dead in the series. Like I don't see them often as much, which is such a shame. Yeah. I just feel like ever since the tournament scene popped up in the series, like people have just been like, that's all they care about now. Like they don't care about having fun with the series. Like all they care about is just fucking tournament players and tiers and shit.
Yeah, but it's so stupid though. I mean, tournaments are not fun. They're really not fun at all.
No.
Like I went on to do the Injustice tournament. I said, screw it, I'll give it a go. Like, you know, what could I lose? And the very first guy I went up against picked Deadshot, and he just kept spamming the one move over and over again. And I was pretty sure that was against the rules. I was even saying it to him. I was like, you do know this is like against the rules, right? You can't spam the same move over and over again. And like, I submitted the video I recorded anyway to them, and they were like, oh yeah, no, that is illegal and all, but it's too late. I was like, what the fuck do you mean it's too late? I was like,
lazy
yeah.
ass fucks.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that was yesterday's fight. I was like, yeah, because you took 24 hours to get back to me. I was like, oh, whatever, fucking don't care, really.
Poor service. It's just piss poor service right there.
But that's ES. Yeah, that's ESL though. That's not NetherRealm at all. They've nothing to do with that really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this shouldn't be about the whole. I mean, I know it's a tournament game, and the whole thing kind of revolves around the tournament itself, but it shouldn't be like a real life tournament game.
Yeah.
If it was, it should really kind of have a thing kind of going towards the story, you know?
Right.
But no, not at all. Go test your sight. Kano is now a giraffe, yeah. Right. Ooh, which one could it be in? I'm gonna say this one. Yes. I love the newer ones that when you choose unwisely, something actually happens to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Well, there was like a little bit of lore in Deadly Alliance, like about the test your sight like failures. Like if the player like if the player like failed the challenge, like all the other cups have poison, and they'd have to drink from that and they die.
No way, really?
Yeah, that was like the lore behind it. Like if they chose the wrong cup, they had to drink its contents, and like it was poison. I mean, I would have liked to see that in Deadly Alliance, but I guess, you know, they ran out of time and resources, so they couldn't do it. They just lower their head in shame. Oh man.
I love
Yeah,
that
I
grab.
love that. Yeah.
Like surfing on USA.
I find myself using Sub-Zero a lot in Deadly Alliance. Like, I think he was a really fun character to play.
Yeah, his dragon style I thought was awesome. Like I always used it.
Yeah.
But he's about to get an extended neck.
And I think just his design-wise, it was really cool, like, seeing him as an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's magically young again.
Yeah, it's... Consistency has never been in the MK team's, like, strongest suit. Like, they don't know how to fucking make their characters, like, look similar in every game. They always look like a different fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, if you told me MK 2011 Sonya's face was MKX's Sonya's face, I would have been like, they look like a totally different person to me. I can't tell. But I guess that would be a piss poor example, just because like all the female faces in like most of the female faces in that reboot look like men, like drags. But it's like they don't make an effort to like make their characters look consistent. Like if you want a good example, MK4 Sonya looks like Carrie Hoskins, the MK3 actress. But in Deadly Alliance, she looks like a totally different person. Like they didn't even bother to like model the faces at least similar.
No.
I mean, they sort of did on the render for Sonya's Deadly Alliance render. You can see some similarities, but in the actual in-game model, they look nothing alike.
Literally, Conchi's only got 2 special moves.
Yeah, a lot of the special moves in this game are like limited to like 3 or 2. Like this was the game where Johnny doesn't have his nut punch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Ah. You get a chance to have a go at Raiden yet in Injustice?
Unfortunately, I have not. I've been my dumbass has spent like fucking $11 on loot boxes for Overwatch summer games, and I'm like, I regret doing this because I didn't get shit. And now I'm like, crap, my PlayStation wallet's empty. I gotta wait till my next paycheck and just fucking buy another PlayStation Network card. Then eventually I'll get to Raiden. I do appreciate how much color there is in this game.
Yeah, it was very colorful. I mean, MK4 tried it, but I think they put it up way too much. Especially looking at Goro, I was like, oh, too yellow, no!
Yeah, that was a weird, that was weird. But yeah, like, MKX just, MK Deadly Alliance was just like so fucking, it was just pretty to look at. Hint hint MKX, not everything has to be dark and fucking desaturated and gritty. I suspect like the reason why MKX is what it is because NetherRealm was like, they've been wanting to do that kind of game ever since after Armageddon. Like, I don't know if you heard about that. The scrapped MK8 before they did MK vs DC. They wanted to do like a dark, gritty like reboot of the series.
Oh yeah, Ed wanted to do something extreme dark.
Yeah, like Gears of War.
But he kind of got his wish in a way. I mean, MKX, yes, it's dark in a way, but you only really kind of get two or three deaths during the story mode.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to do a lot more than that.
Yeah, like the story behind the MK8 was like every original character dies except like for a select few survivors. And, like if you've seen the Vincent Rosa outfits, where he I think he did outfits for Raiden, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Sonya, and Kano. Like if you saw the concept art, it was like Raiden was floating or some shit, and the hat was like covering most of his face and head. Oh. Yeah, and yeah, it's like if I look at I look at MKX's designs and they're not really that far off from like the designs you saw in the concept art. So I'm like, I'm guessing maybe this was just like the dark and gritty MK game like NetherRealm has been wanting to do since the beginning. So I'm like, I'll let them have this one, but I'm expecting my next MK to be a fucking beautiful, fucking fantasy like colorful, you know, game because it's mostly from an art perspective. Like you want shit to look good. Like you don't want to look at something that's just dry and colorless.
Yeah. Back. The community has gone really toxic lately, though. I feel. I mean, back in the day, we asked Ed, could he stick in this character or that character, and yeah, sure, we got mad, but not to the point of sending fucking death threats. You know?
Yeah, it's been. I feel like it's just social media in general has gotten really bad to the point, especially Twitter. Twitter is like the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Of all like social media sites, just because like in general, like when you give like too much internet access to people of all ages, like especially teenagers, and they don't know, like that's all they're gonna fucking do, just go on the internet, act like a fucking bitch, and like not expect to like get any backlash. It's like teenagers and young adults, like early 20s and stuff. And like with that kind of access, you can say like anything you want and fucking do anything to you. Like I remember Omar King, the guy who was like threatening Sean Hemmerich's wife or some shit, just cause like he didn't put Reiko in.
Yeah, like what the fucking.
Yeah.
They don't need that shit. They really don't need that shit. I mean, like, we were watching, as I said, we were watching the whole, you know, making an MK in a day. They're in there from about 7 o'clock in the morning till about 10 o'clock at night, straight to bed, and then up the next one.
Yeah.
Pressure and noise to actually get the fucking game done, so just be happy with what you got, like. Yeah, otherwise, it's gonna go the way of Phil Fish, you know? You're gonna push it to the point where they're gonna like, fuck you all, we're not doing this anymore, you know?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but you know, like I understand if you'd be disappointed in something in a game, like about a game, but like they can't go as far as fucking threatening someone. It's a fucking, at the end of the day, it's still a fucking fictional character. Like why would they go that far just to fucking? It's like, what do they think they'll achieve? It's like, if you threaten someone, you think they're gonna fucking like do it? Like, oh, if you don't put fucking Reiko in the game, I'm gonna fuck your wife. Like, what kind of reaction was he expecting? Like, was he expecting Shimmer to go like, oh, okay, I'll put Reiko in the game?
Exactly, yeah.
This is fucking stupid. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. And it's also toxic to the point where, well, you mentioned like Ed Boon or something, and that reminds me of like about how I feel sorry for the guy so much, like whenever he gets on Twitter, because like anytime he like tweets something, he always has like those kind of people in his mentions and just go like, oh, this character for this game, please, this character for this game, like shut the fuck up, seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I love the way he gets them back trolling wise though, you know?
Yeah. Like he knows that those kind of people exist, and like it's especially bad when like he's tweeting about someone's like death, like a celebrity or something, and there's still like fucking people in his mentions going up like, oh, please, this character for this, and, like someone just died. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, seriously. Probably even maybe like that's probably why he never posts anything about his personal life, because if it was anything important to him, people would still just be like, oh, this character for this character and all this sort of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Die, Moloch.
I sometimes forget how long the what's it called, the ladders are, the globes in Deadly Alliances. Like you fight like about 10 people, I believe.
Oh yeah, it was 10. Nice, yeah.
And like I had the thing set to like the mini games. I had them set to like once every 3 fights because it's like it'd be easier to like farm coins that way. Because like you only get platinum and onyx from the mini games.
Oh really? Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Test your might.
When I was actually playing the older games, right? It used to say mash X. I think that was an MK1 or something. And I used to literally only mash X for ages. Until I think it was around Deadly Alliance, I was able to actually figure out you're able to press every single button, except for like every single like square, triangle, circle, and X. And then I tried it in MK1 and 2, or MK1 at least, and oh my god, it was so much easier. I was like, why didn't I ever know about this? Finger would get so tired.
Yeah, in Shadow Monks I think it was like that too, just one button.
Yeah, die Moloch. Eat my one move.
Just poking him in the face.
Round 2.
Hey, if it works, it works. Die.
Yeah, I mean... He's evolving.
Never poke. Oh crap. Ow.
I love how that one poke does actually a decent amount of damage.
Like his R1 one, it kind of has to. It's substituted for like sticking the blade into him or whatnot. I felt with Quan Chi actually it could have been an opportunity to be able to stab him with one sword and then have another sword remaining.
Yeah.
He didn't go to...
be just a broadsword, and like Kung Lao has a broadsword, so it's like it's weird.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and like they'd have to change the stance and shit. Like, yeah. There you go.
Yes.
That's a lot of skulls.
You didn't go to Comic-Con, no?
No, unfortunately, I didn't.
Seen a lot of the videos and all. Look great, crack it did. Making it my mission now to. I might go over. I don't know if it's like always that big. You know, I think it was only big because it was 25th anniversary. If it's not always that big, I think I'll go over on the 30th or something. 30th anniversary.
Oh. I'm gonna share your stream on another casting group. Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Indeed.
I was debating whether to actually like do one of the movies or like the Conquest series or like the animated show or something for a live stream, but I'd imagine it would get taken down. Copyright.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there are people who like post clips on YouTube of them like reviewing the TV show or movie, and they use actual clips from the movie. So I mean, as long as you don't have any audio, because the thing is with like YouTube's like copyright tracking software, they always look for audio.
Yeah.
That's how it happened to me with like music and shit. So as long as you have like at least what's it called, your commentary over the film and not the actual audio, you should be fine.
I think you're allowed up to 30 seconds. So maybe when a key's on, I could like turn on audio. Gotta keep in mind just get a timer, egg timer. 30 seconds, go. Shang Tsung. Let's find out which coffin has cooking with scorpion in it and buy it right now.
Okay, there we go. Shared it.
Oh. Thanks.
No problem. خواهش میکنم.
Basically, just have the podcast more or less ready to go. So as soon as you've all had a look at it, we'll be able to just put it.
Yeah, I'll finish the next half today. Hopefully, I just gotta finish my own video. Make sure it's I've been wanting to do. I've been like trying to like. I've been wanting to do something for MK 25th. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And Brosk was like, oh like you should do like what's it called? Well, I'm not gonna say exactly what he told me to do because I want to keep it a surprise. But
Yeah, no, that's true. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that. And it's like I've been working for like almost a week on that video. And it's I've been like, oh man, it's been like a little bit over a week since the anniversary. I hope I'm not late to the party.
Oh no, sure. Well, the anniversary's all year, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Champion. Here we go with Quan Chi ending.
I really like Quan Chi's because it's like I have like the twist character ending. Like my cousin would intentionally like hide a bit of the bottom text dialogue, and so like when I saw the ending, I was like, holy shit, that's pretty cool.
It would appear that nothing could stand in the way of Shang Tsung and Quan Chi as they began their domination of the realms. Unfortunately for Shang Tsung, however, Quan Chi had no further need for the partnership. Once Shang Tsung had finally revived the last of the mummified warriors, Quan Chi closed the portal to the heavens and effectively shut off Shang Tsung's
closed the portal to the heavens.
souls. Quan Chi then instructed Kano to assassinate Shang Tsung in a surprise.
Jesus Christ, like Kano got hired by both of them more or less. Kano just had to make the choice. Who do I listen to here?
That's pretty much Kano's story in a nutshell. Like, who am I gonna be a client for next? Who's gonna be my next client?
He could also turn on Quan Chi himself. Quan Chi used his sorcery to drain the life from Kano and left his body where it fell. Immediately, one of the lingering souls shot into Kano's body.
Was it?
To Chi's surprise, the man standing before him was no longer the black thug known as Kano. Kano's body now contained the soul of the Shaolin monk, Liu Kang.
Oh my God. No, but think about it. Can you imagine if that was actually canon, right? And like Liu Kang's like, I'm gonna go back to my friends. Hey Sonya, oh my God, it's Kano! Kill him!
No, really, it's me, Liu Kang. Watch, I can do all the chicken screams.
Oh God, brilliant. Okay, go any further, I might head over to the crypt. The videos are, if we're able to buy any. I just love the all to the costumes.
Ravioli.
Videos, here we go.
Mortal Kombat.
So there's the Senate of the Elder Gods test. Scorpion goes back to hell. He goes back to hell? Hot test. Where is cooking with Scorpion? There it is. UI. Alright, everyone remember that. UI. That's exactly where we're going right now. Profile. Crypt. Like this. Let's go! Yeah! Dive straight down.
Into the pit. Oh my God, there was a lot of skulls in this game. I forgot how many skulls were in this game. Like everywhere you go to, like any mode, there's a fucking skull. UI. Oh, UR is Drawman, by the way.
There we go. Oh, what? No! Really? Seriously? Wait, actually, can I get coins? Can I get coins?
Yeah. You can get coins in this game, yeah.
Where's the production art, photos, coin awards? Okay. What do I need? Platinum.
You need platinum, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, platinum.
No, I need. Oh. God damn it! I need platinum to get platinum. Jade. All right, 219 jade coins. That's enough. KU. All right, here we go. KU. K.
Oh, you did. There you go.
There we go. Purchase, please. We're getting that cooking with Scorpion video. I don't care. Yes.
Wow, that's a lot.
I know, right?
I really like the coin awards were like a good deal. Like if you spent like a certain amount of like from this category, you get a lot from the other category that you spent for. Like these were good deals.
Here we go. And then we're gonna go watch it, and it's gonna be amazing. Yay! I mean, I wonder who thought of this. They were probably watching like The Man vs. Food or something, or like Cooking with Scorpion. Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure those old like fucking like cake decorating commercials, like they saw, like I guess that's where the inspiration came from.
True.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think it's in the videos or something.
Oh. Concept art? Oh yeah, renders and videos.
Concept art. Yeah, that's a weird place to put a video. Concept art.
Yeah. Okay, apparently it's concept art. Let's do it.
This week on Cooking with Scorpion, learn about chopping, tenderizing, chopping, cake decorating, and
Oh, it's only a few seconds long, but it's brilliant. Yeah, the accent will tail off at the end.
Like when I saw that as a kid, like I didn't notice the axe tip fell off. I'm like, did he just like break a watermelon with a pipe or something? I don't know. That was weird, but they need to make a sequel of that.
Yes, they really do.
In episode 2.
Right, so we've done it with Shang Tsung, we've done it with Quan Chi. Who's next?
It's Sub-Zero or Boraicho. Any of them would do. I mean, that's who I use.
Do Sub-Zero.
Grandmaster, good. Like I really love another like little detail I love about Deadly Alliance is like how in the character select screen when you highlight a character on the right you can sort of see their statistics, like their stuff.
Yeah. Very nice little addition add-on, really.
Yeah. Like I never knew Quan Chi was like 6'7". Like he fucking dwarfs Shang Tsung.
I love this move. That's right. Just keep kicking him in the balls. That's right.
A groin kick. Yeah, Sub-Zero was a lot of fun to play in this game.
Whee! You can't write this stuff. You really can't write this stuff.
Yeah.
And
what the
hell? Whoa, what the hell? Jesus. Relax there, bro, Raicho.
Defying physics for a second.
I think I have History Behind the Warrior coming in for Conquest or Deception tomorrow, or Brusque. Not sure actually which one.
I think Brusque signed up for a Deception Conquest. I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. It's been a while since I looked at your list.
But I don't know exactly how long that's gonna take me now. Conquest.
You're gonna play the entire Conquest, aren't you?
I'm gonna try and play the entire Conquest.
That's good luck, because there are a lot of side missions on that, and some of which are actually important.
Well, the good thing about it is I don't have any work on Sunday. I finish at 5 tomorrow, so I think I might start at a bit earlier than 8 o'clock. I might start at about maybe 6:30, 7. It depends. What time do you think it is over where he is right now?
Who?
Brusque.
Well, Brask and I live at the same place, so it's like it's the same time. Like right now, it's 1:28 p.m.
You think he'd be free to do it earlier than 8? Or
Well, it depends if he doesn't have school.
True.
Like, on the weekends he's totally free, as far as I know. Unless there's just something like he's going somewhere. But for the most part, on the weekends he should be free.
I'll send him a message, and if he is, he is. If he's not, not. Like, he can come in at any point, really, to it. I can't wait to play it again, though. It's been ages since I played it.
Yeah, Deception Conquest is a lot of fun. Like, I have a lot of fun memories. They really need to bling. They really need to bring that sword back for Sub-Zero, the Holy Blade.
Yeah, or well, like, I mean, would you rather the blade, or would you rather like the kind of staff that he had in Mortal Kombat 4? I think the blade is probably the better one.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow. Oh. Oh my god, what happened to Skeleton? That's weird. Yeah, I earned 75 ruby coin. I actually don't think I was logged in. I did it with Shang Tsung Quan Chi. I don't think I got any coins at all. Ah well.
Limei.
You're getting a lot of messages. Popular over here.
Round 1.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotta mute these. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I'm on like fucking what's it called on my phone. So my Discord is like I'm using my Discord on my smartphone. Flawless victory.
That's the thing, actually. If you look down underneath the video in the stream, there's like a little, like these little audio clips you can pick. Oh my god, look who it is. Rusk is in watching.
Yeah.
Is that what you were laughing at?
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. Oh, you hear up in this bitch.
Look, watch what happens now when you pull out the skeleton. It's all weird. Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe it was just. Oh my god, what the hell? Yes.
I love how the little the fucking grave smile he has at the end.
So yes, I just penetrated. No. No, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero had like some of the most weirdest facial I think it's in Deception, but there's a what's it called? They took like a snapshot of 4 of Sub-Zero's facial animations from Deadly Alliance, and they put them together. Like there was one where he was hurt, one he was smiling, and it looked really creepy.
But he was smiling when he was hurt? What's wrong with you, Sub-Zero?
Yeah, it was weird.
Come here. Surf's up, boy! I think it was actually hilarious that when I bought Deception, actually funny story buying Deception really. I went into a games place and I was only 16 at the time. And your man downstairs wouldn't sell it to me. So I ended up going upstairs and then I went up to some girl on the cashier and she just sold it to me. Like, thanks, bye! She probably got fired and I apologize if she did. But I was there, I seen it, I didn't even know it was out, and I'd seen it there. I was like, Mom, quick, come into town right now and buy me this game. And she's like, I'm not going all the way into town, what are you, nuts? And I was like, but I want it! But, no, it was funny actually in Deception when you did this move, when you did his shoulder charge, he said what was it, Hong Kong Gan Titi! And me and my friend, yeah, me and my friend burst at our asses laughing. We're like, "What the hell was that?"
That was like, I think that like fucking that gibberish, that particular one was like so iconic that they even use it in fucking Shaolin monks.
Yeah, yeah, they did
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. And it's such a shame they didn't bring it back just because it was so hilarious. Like a lot of the gibberish in MK is supposed to be like sort of like Chinese sounding, and so it's kind of like stereotypical and like fucking but it's still also funny in a way, like how, you know, it's like I can't explain it, but it's just funny how like it's back then it was like such an innocent time, and now they're like, now it's like, you can't get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just has to offend someone.
Yeah. Like at least at the end of the day, you know it's all in good fun. They don't mean anything. It's just you know, they're messing around. Oh god, not again, Kung Lao.
In the balls. Oh. I could just spend all day just doing this. That's right. I'm gonna be doing this, Kung Lao, and if you get hurt, it's your own fault.
Also, a fun little like tidbit about the Wuxi Academy arena is I never noticed this until I saw a video where like some guy was like hacked the game and like went to free camera mode and like basically explored all the backgrounds. I didn't know that there were like Shaolin monks in the background of the Wuxi Academy stage. Like they're all there, but they're like 2D. They're like 2D cutouts in the background.
Yeah, you think they're just like, you think they're just statues or something, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it just before. There he is, looking at him with his creepy smile again. Yeah, I just seen that actually before I did the fatality. They were kind of up on like this little viewing podium, looking down at us. Jesus,
Yeah,
can you imagine like doing like a fatality in front of them? We're like, oh my god, that's not very like peaceful. No,
not on these holy grounds.
Sub-Zero, you are banished. Oh, here we go. Test your sight again. All right, everyone, let's see what we can do. Oh, we're back to 3.
Well, sometimes they might be. Oh, that is yeah. Sometimes what they do is like they'll give you 3 cups, but like it's still on higher difficulty, like it's on difficulty 5 or some shit.
Oh no, it's because I wasn't logged in. Remember? That's why. It's after resetting because of after logging in. Yeah. Gee, I wonder which one it's gonna be in. Shall we say the middle?
You chose wisely.
100 onyx coin.
Player 1. Like, will this still save onto your profile if you log like all your coins?
Yeah, I think so.
I would
yeah.
hope so. Yeah.
Toasty 3D. Thank you.
Oh, that's a big portal.
Thank you so much for whoever pressed that button. Whee!
Just trying to pay attention to all these little details in the background and like, wow, there's a lot of shit I didn't notice before when I was a kid.
Yeah, this is meant to be really hidden, right? This is meant to be like a hidden portal that Shang Tsung and Quan Chi used pretty much to get to Earth Realm.
Yeah, it's like the lore behind this stage is that this is like a portal only known to sorcerers and deities, and it's like in a remote location, like in the middle of an ocean or something. No.
Background's all a bit screwed up though because this is an emulator and actual like. Yes, 2 versions. Because I don't even know how I can actually capture my PS2 Deadly Alliance. It's not illegal, I still have the game, I can show it to you if you want.
I believe you, I believe you.
Damn it, Kenshi, take your punishment. Stop blocking. What like that is it? Oh god, no, no! Ah! Deadly Alliance and Deception had the best stages. Yeah, I kind of agree. I agree. I definitely agree, actually. I mean, like, the Deception stages I loved is in a bit more, in fact, just because they had like the background stage fatalities. Now, don't get me wrong, I think being able to do it during the
I
match.
thought those were cheap as shit.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, the whole thing about having it during the match was probably wrong. I mean, like, being able to do it at the end was probably the best thing to do, really.
Yeah, like I fondly like, unlike not fondly. I remember the falling cliff stage. Anytime I would fight on that stage, I would be like literally in the edge of my seat because like the arena crumbled as you fought on it. So it's, I mean, I do like that for the creativity of it, but like it wasn't fun when you knew the AI was trying to push you towards the edge. Like anytime I was fighting Noob Smoke on that fucking stage, I can tell they were trying to push me off the edge. I'm like, no motherfucker, I know what you're doing. I'm not letting you do it.
Ouchies.
Fatality.
Ouch.
Jesus, Kenji, talk about overkill.
But I do like the stages in Deception a lot.
Used to be scared of the following clip. Lol. I thought I was gonna fall out every second. See, yeah, that was the thing. Like, I mean, it was an interesting concept for that particular thing, but I'm glad they only really did it once. They didn't really bring it back after that. But I seriously think for Mortal Kombat 11, stage fatalities need to come back, and I honestly think they need to be like kind of like, I wouldn't say big, but like the way they kind of did it at MKX, like real cool cinematic ones.
I can't remember. I think my favorite stage in Deception has to be the Yin Yang Island.
Yeah, that was cool, the way it was able to go from good to evil, really.
Yeah, and just because like it was easily the most creative out of all the stages they did in the game, because like it would switch back and forth between an evil and a good version, and like the funny, like there was like some sort of, they gave background info on it, like they had, the challenge was for them trying to make 2 stages with a memory budget of 1, and like they managed to pull it off. And so like I really appreciate that, and it's got interesting lore too. Like it's, the island itself was close to Shang Tsung's island, so it was stuck in like limbo, and it's trapped between Earthrealm and Outworld. So that was cool. But I really missed the AI. I really missed the.
Elton's gone. Not even there anymore.
Yeah, I'm noticing some of your like gameplay elements are disappearing. Your textures and like your background. Yeah.
That's the bad thing about animators. I mean, they'll allow you to play the game and all, but the
the
stuff's
portal
gonna
is
be really
fucking
fucked. Yeah, no. Okay, if you could pick your top 5 levels to come back from Mortal Kombat 11, what would they be?
From Deadly Alliance or just any game?
Just any game at all, really.
Ah, that's I'll have to pull up the MK Whorehouse website to see that. Yes, I call it MK Whorehouse. Because ever since Shadowloo Soldier and the Vanilla Cat said it, it's stuck on my tongue. Now I can't stop saying that too. Okay, what do we got? The Acid Bat, Dragonfly. Ooh, I missed the Dragonfly. I guess my number 5 would have to be the Drum Arena, just because, like, kind of missed that. I really like the music and, like, I don't know, I guess it's just really for nostalgic purposes. I just missed the stage. Come to think of it, I'm looking a lot at the stages in like in Deadly Alliance, and I'm like, wow, so you know there's like this weird like thing like with the art direction and with Outworld nowadays looking like the Middle East and some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's disappointing to a lot of fans just because like they really like the old original Purple Skies and like the dark evil fantasy look to it. And I mean I agree with them, but like I don't think MKX was the first game that took that art direction. I look at some of Deadly Alliance's arenas and I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of Middle Eastern looking influences too. Like I'm looking at the Drum Arena, the Sarna ruins, the golden desert stage with the tornado in the background. And I'm also looking at the dragonfly. I'm like, this kind of looks like the MKX Outworld.
You see, like, I mean, the thing people have to understand is the only reason starting to turn back into like a Middle Eastern market and stuff like that is because like Khan's dead. Everyone thinks like Outworld's going to be pretty much livable again now. The Kotal Khan obviously was trying to bring back population and stuff too, obviously, place. So he's trying to get obviously, you know, trading system and all going again, I'd imagine. That's pretty much why it was kind of flourishing with stuff.
Yeah. Restore the realm back to its back to life, basically. And I can understand that. That would be a good story direction. But like the problem is what the developers said, like their explanation for it was like, oh, it was just for art direction. Like that was the response to it. Like they didn't really give any story, like backstory to it. So I think that's the part that makes it disappointing. Like the fact that our theories about it aren't canon. Like it was just an art direction they took, which is unfortunate. But yeah.
Like I do kind of have to be a bit angry in terms of like like I think I said this in our podcast when like Kotal Khan was outside of his carriage during remember the blocking scene when they were going down one area and Melina attacked and all the Arcotans and Kotal's forces were fighting. I kind of said to myself, why couldn't they have done a background image for that instead of going to like the marketplace?
Yeah, like random mark. That's the problem with a lot of the MKX like story mode stages. Like it's in the same region, but it's not the right like place that they actually fought. Like they're using the stage wrong. Like what's a good example? You mentioned the Melina and the carpet, right? Yeah, that's one of them. But there's also the I have to look up the what's it called? Cutscenes. Oh yeah, the what's it called? When Devora and Cassie Cage were going into the jungle to get the amulet back. So basically where they fight, they don't really fight at the jungle. Like they fight near a camp that's like by the jungle.
Exactly.
Like and and you don't see the tents anywhere.
Yeah, like they could have definitely done like a tent stage, you know? Maybe people looking out of the tents and running off or something like that. I think it was just
or substage.
Yeah. Exterior or interior? Question. All eyes are on interior. with the dragon, with the dragon army or without the dragon army?
I mean, I agree with him. Interior is the best one.
Yeah. Kind of have to have the souls going on though. Soulnados. All yours.
Yeah.
What did you think of the character in Movado actually?
I don't like this character to be honest. It's
someone that was just really thrown in, wasn't he?
It's the problem. It's mostly from a design standpoint, and like I like the idea of a red dragon character, but it's like you can tell they try to make this character seem cool and slick, but I'm looking at that outfit and like, who the fuck wears pants up to his like half of his like all the way up to his abdomen? Like, he looks fucking dorky.
Don't forget about the ski shoes.
Yeah, like what kind of shoes are those? Like, I'll give him plus points for the creativity on his special moves. Like those are pretty cool, the grappling hooks. But it's other than that, this character is I don't like him. Like I would. So basically, a couple of my friends and we've talked over like how to like improve on some of these. And Smoke Man, who I talk with regularly, he mentioned like a good way to sort of revamp and like do Movado differently would be to make him some sort of character from the Spanish Inquisition. Because his name Movado is like a play on the word malvado, which means evil, I think, in Spanish. And so what would be a cool idea is to make Movado sort of from the Spanish Inquisition, like conquistador, and give him his own original weapon. Because like Brusk said, he stole Cabal's hook swords.
Yeah, what a dick.
Yeah. So it'd be cool if he had like the weapon is like a sword called a rapier.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be really cool if he had that as his primary weapon instead. And sort of and his new story would be sort of like, oh, he's from the Spanish Inquisition, and you know, Dagon sort of expanded his his lifespan and like made him age slower, and so he's sort of like a Red Dragon agent.
Oh no. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Oh good, I don't have to kill him yet. Do this test your might first.
Test your might.
You're gonna get some juicy platinum if you beat this. Hey, nice.
Yes. These are too easy. I mean, mashing all 4 buttons at the same time. Too easy,
Yeah.
really.
Well, one of the things like I found that made Test Your Might a lot more convenient and easier for me is taking a bottle cap and just like sliding across the buttons.
Yeah.
And like that helped me a lot with the 2011 reboot. Because like those last 2 Test Your Might challenges, good god.
Come on, Moloch, cut me some slack here. I don't have any combos with this, with my swords. There we go. There we go. We're getting into the area. Yeah. I can't freeze Moloch, can I?
No.
I can. Jesus. He's as bad
Pretty
as...
much any kind of move you can do to him, it just staggers him.
But he's almost as bad as Montaro.
Yeah. And I love how they fucking nerfed the shit out of him when he came back for Armageddon. Fucking Moloch, you can like... I think he's just as much, yeah. He's like... easier to fight against.
Ow.
The one back one. One of the easiest moves with Sub-Zero sword.
That's all it is. That's the only like combo he's got.
Yeah.
Come on, Zov. You got him. You got him. Okay, maybe not. Now you're dead.
I think one of the most bullshit things about the Deadly Alliance, like fighting, is sometimes your character, like what would normally be like a 20%, you know, hit combo, sometimes it would register as fucking 11%. Like it would all of a sudden do less damage. Yeah.
Oh crap! No. Ooh, that was close. Damn phone. I am one of the only Moloch fans. Brusk, I hate you. Instant dislike you right now. If you say you like any of their sub bosses as well, I mean Goro's okay because he's cool. Gintaro kind of. What, you like Moloch too? Fuck you too.
It's again, like a lot of the ideas behind the new characters, I like them a lot from a story standpoint. Like Moloch and Draman, they're like mythological figures, and I really like how they like implement them into the story. Like I don't like how they ended up using them. Like I hate how fucking Moloch and Draman are treated as the fucking Junkrat and Roadhog of Mortal Kombat. They're just like stupid comic relief characters, like trash disposals. But like there's a lot of potential. Like Draman could potentially be Quan Chi tier. He's the fucking Oni tormentor of the Netherrealm. He's in charge of tormenting the souls that like go to hell. But yeah, they don't want to use him right. It's a lot of just in general, a lot of the characters that Ed seems to hate are because he can't program them right, and that's a dumb reason to hate a character. Just because he can't program them right. It's like he's bothered by the fact that he hates Drummond because of like the arm is so hard to program. Like with the club, sometimes switches hands and shit. Like whenever he flips like sides, stances, but like the guys at Killer Instinct, like fucking what's it called? Idol's club switches hands when he switches, but they don't give a shit. It's like it's such a small little detail. Players are not really gonna care about that.
2017, you cannot program a hand club. I don't know, can you?
It's, I mean, technology evolved since the past. How long has Deadly Alliance been out? It's 2002. 10 years, 12, 15 years. It's been 15 years. I'm pretty sure, like, the technology is on par. And you can still, like... The problem is they just don't want to try. They don't want to bring these characters back. And that's a shame.
I'm gonna die again. No! Oh, it's so close! Oh, so close! Come on! Yes! Oh, look at that! Oh! Oh! It's like killing. It's like defeating a Dark Souls boss, I swear. That was tight. I know, right? He said. Shang Tsung's palace. That Mortal Kombat.
I can't remember who had some of the best endings in Deadly Alliance. It was... I think Raiden had one of the best ones. I think Boracha was also funny.
Back when I was a kid, I was kind of naive. The ending was not good unless someone died.
Yeah. Like, Deadly Alliance's ending was like the first in the series where the bad guy actually won, and that twist in the end. And I guess that's also one of the reasons why I liked it a lot and why it's my favorite game, because it wasn't so predictable like all the other games. Like, oh, bad guy, Liu Kang wins, bad guys lose, it's all good. But no, like the fact that Liu Kang actually died, it made a difference in the outcome. Yeah. And that kind of like puts things into perspective, because it's like that heavily implies that in the original timeline, everyone except Liu Kang sucked, because fucking like nowadays we're meant to like believe that Johnny Cage has the potential to be Raiden's champion, which I mean I totally believe so. Like I feel like Johnny Cage is definitely underestimated a lot.
That's only because he was the more insecure character.
Yeah. Like, I really like the fact that in MKX he's the one finally, like, taking the spotlight. Because, I mean, you can tell they were slowly starting to do elements of that in Armageddon. Like, Johnny Cage was slowly starting to be the new, what's it called, the leader. Like, the new sort of Liu Kang of some sorts. But, like, then, again, they never went through with that. The fucking reboot happened and ruined everything.
Die, Shang.
It's like he's grabbing his ass.
Now the skeleton's gone again. In Matrix. Almost.
There is a lot of green in that stage, yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a pentagram on the fucking stage. On the outside of the thing. That's clever. I never understood the spiders though, like that was one of my...
Oh, as his like window?
Yeah, on the window. Like I never understood that. Like what does spiders have to do with Quan Chi?
Look at the background, oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh, strobe lights. What are you doing to your thing, Quan Chi? Is it going to an alternate dimension? Rick and Morty here.
Excellent.
I turned myself into a sorcerer, Morty.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, they should so do something like that.
Crossover, Rick and Morty crossover with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, just randomly, like a universe where it's all like Mortal Kombat universe. Because I remember, like, who did it? Drawn Together did it. I don't know if you ever saw that one. Where like they were looking for a roommate and Scorpion was there. I was like, so what can you do? What's your special move? And he goes, kills him. I was like, that's cool. My special move is to reach around. And Scorpion's like, God.
Huh. Oh, it's Deception Scorpion. Okay, I see.
The weird cameo though. I don't know if they allowed it or like they just used it without asking or something, because I don't know. It was weird seeing Scorpion there.
I love how they actually just use the animations from the fucking game. Oh, that's clever. No, I never knew that. Shit, I'm gonna share this.
Crazy, eh? 25 years on and you're still learning stuff.
I can't believe this series has been out for 25 years. Holy shit.
I know, I'm so old. I don't want to die. Quick, someone teach me how to harvest souls.
Huh. I mean, it's gonna be a curse. You're gonna have to keep doing it to live.
Sweet.
It's kind of funny how, like, in general, just the punishments the Elder Gods give are like really shitty. Like they're like fucking Shinnok was banished to the Netherrealm by the Elder Gods and Raiden, and like he ended up being the hell and like possibly like powerful as shit.
I know, right?
Because like and like Shang Tsung was cursed by the Elder Gods to like sort of age rapidly and you know keep sort of relying on the soul stealing thing, but it also ended up to Shang Tsung's benefit. Like the Elder Gods really make really poor decisions. It's like anytime they try to fix something, they ended up making it bad.
So maybe Raiden should destroy the Elder Gods then. If he's trying to get rid of the, like, all those who oppose, like, all those who oppose us will die. It's like, yeah, well, you're opposing us right now, Raiden, because you said we're all gonna die, so you might, in an exception, you're gonna have to kill yourself.
I really do want to see the anti-hero Raiden. The extremist with noble intentions Raiden. I want to see that in cutscenes, because I don't think it's been done right, because like the first time they ever did that on screen was Armageddon, and like, that version of the Dark Raiden story I didn't like at all. It just doesn't make sense.
No.
I'm gonna ally with the Doom, because they're gonna spare Earthrealm when they win like the fucking Armageddon and become conqueror of the worlds. Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that was a bit stupidity on his part, really.
Yeah.
But I did I'm that's what I'm looking. That's more what I'm most looking forward to. Mortal Kombat 11. To actually see Raiden be this real like badass, I ain't taking no shit sort of stuff. And like I guarantee you, he's gonna kill someone. Like remember when Superman in Injustice went bad and he ended up killing Shazam? Like they're definitely gonna do something like that with Raiden.
I would hope so, because like I mentioned this in our podcast, like you need to have a reason for the audience to sort of feel that sort of weight and tension and like the threat of this, you know, good character suddenly becoming a villain. Like you need to make him do that one driving factor that causes him to like just take like an unforgivable like measure.
Might as well do Scorpion now since we've done.
Also, Coffin IV is Frost, and it's very cheap. It's a very easy to coffin to buy.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
it's like
I think I remember one time when I opened that, I was like, Jesus, she was only like, she's under 100 coins, right?
yeah, it's like only up like 170 or something.
All right,
Very easy to buy.
Alright, Ethan.
You chose wisely.
Nope. 50 platinum coins. Where were you when I wanted to buy Cooking with Scorpion? Cooking with Scorpion. But like, I guarantee you, there will be a scene in the next one where like people in the world are gonna be like threatening each other with war, and Raiden's gonna come in and just kill everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like any Mortal Kombat game, you can just pick Scorpion and you automatically know how to do everything really with him.
Yeah, he's a very accessible character. Scorpion.
We're all looking forward to the next teaser trailer where it's gonna be Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero's gonna get his ass kicked again, like every other trailer.
I'm honestly hoping that Sub-Zero's gonna win that one, because it's like, but I know I'm probably just being hopelessly optimistic, because Ed does like acknowledge, like he knows that it pisses people off when Scorpion kills Sub-Zero in the trailers, but like his reaction, his response to that is just, oh, I know, I mean, I like Sub-Zero too, but it's just like, I just gotta do it to mess with the fans.
But like, it's probably not gonna happen this time, because they're the best of friends.
Yeah, I mean, I always separate story from what I see on the screen for the gameplay and stuff. And honestly, I do appreciate now that, I mean, like, but during the MK 2011 marketing and like gameplay and stuff, you never saw Sub-Zero once kill Scorpion. But and like, I really do appreciate that in MKX they're actually letting Sub-Zero win some stuff. Like on I think it was during E3, right? They were showing MKX some stage demos and stuff, and Sub-Zero won a few matches against Scorpion. Like, they actually showed him killing Scorpion, and like on the MKX E3 trailer, Sub-Zero killed it showed a clip of Sub-Zero performing his fatality on Scorpion. And I'm like, oh, maybe in the next trailer they'll like stop being so, you know, fucking like protective of this fucking character. They let him kill them off in a trailer.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, there we go.
For me, it's like, honestly, I just want the game to have fucking color.
Yeah.
I just want color. I want this, you know, I want it to look lifelike.
I wonder, are like Katana and Liu Kang gonna recruit anybody from the Netherrealm to give them a hand? I'd say there's probably loads of people in the Netherrealm that we don't know of.
Yeah, I mean,
fatality.
Maybe there isn't really anyone left in Netherrealm, actually. That's
yeah.
Unless they, yeah.
Well, like, I don't know. If you like, you obviously played Deception. Remember when Deception, when Shujinko went to, then there were a load of people there.
Yeah, I mean, just a bunch of like NPCs and stuff. Yeah, and Oni.
They'll probably make up this whole thing now. Where, oh, actually, where's Onaga? Like, Onaga's not down there, is he? He's like.
No, Onaga's kind of like. Well, Deception was like, you know, Onaga was sort of like in limbo. Like, he wasn't like on the verge between life and death. Like, he was trapped, and like, so basically, he was like sort of. He was physically dead, but his consciousness was still around, and he was using some sort of astral puppet, sort of like as like a ghost or like an apparition. And he was like around, like disguising himself as Damashi and like talking to the people and trying to get them to like complete this quest. Like Onaga was so powerful, like that death couldn't even claim him.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
It's a real shame actually that Cassie killed Shujinko. Now I don't know if that's canon. It's going to be canon now in X-Horn or not. Because like, it'd be interesting to see if Shujinko comes back and like Onaga tries the whole thing again. Really.
Honestly, I hope that not all the endings are canon. Like usually, traditionally, they only have like a select. I think nowadays they have a select few endings that are canon. The rest are just. Well, actually, not nowadays. It's always been like that, as far as I know. Like usually, like a select few number of endings are canon, and like the others are just like what if scenarios. And honestly, killing off Shujinko like that, especially by of all people, fucking Cassie, that would be such a bummer.
Yeah, like I mean, I think when we speaking of it, actually, Bruce, the whole thing about saying that the ending with Cassie would have been really dumb. I after we talked about it on the stream, on the podcast, sorry, I went to the ending on YouTube and watched it. All the comments were like, "Really, Ed Boon? Really?" Like a fucking like teenager kicked the shit out of a person who's been training his whole life and knows the move of every single martial artist character in the game.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's logical, right?
Canonically, Shujinko is the most powerful character in the entire series. Like, he has the ability to have the power of anyone, like any fighter he encounters, and he keeps those abilities apparently. Like, he gets stronger, you know, like as you play him, just because of his special power, and the fact that he can keep those abilities, it makes him even like it just makes him like unstoppable. And so even to the point where in his ending, I think, in Armageddon, where it's like what he did was he absorbed the combined fighting power of everyone on the freighter, and he went mad. And like I think he died or something. I can't remember exactly what the ending was. But yeah.
Yeah.
And Onaga was basically invincible in Deception. Like you couldn't kill him, you couldn't defeat him. Anything you would try to do, it would just tickle him. And so the only and Shujinko was the only guy in Deception that managed to defeat Onaga, just because he had to absorb the fighting power of everyone on the. Like he had to gather everyone and absorb all their power and destroy all the Kamidogu to sort of like make him a little bit weaker, and then Shujinko like basically finished them off. The fact that Shujinko took down the Dragon King, it should give him enough credibility that this guy is not to be fucked around with.
Yeah, but oh no, here comes this little teenager. Now she'll get the best of him.
Yeah, it's like I kind of like Cassie as a character, but like trying way too hard to make us like her. I think, like she's like my problem with Cassie Cage is that this whole punk rock sort of persona doesn't fit with the whole disciplined military like outfit they gave her. Like it just her personality doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Like I like the punk style a lot. I like the punk rock style a lot more, just because like we already have the blonde military chick, the token military chick, and that's Sonya. And I don't want Cassie to sort of scrub off on that, because it sort of like makes Sonya less unique. And yeah, like MK doesn't have like a punk character. I'm like, I think Cassie would be like a good fit for that. And I know this is probably not canon, but I like to think the only reason why Cassie joined the fucking military is because she wanted to get closer with her mom.
I'd imagine so. I mean, you saw their little interactions really while they're there. The mom keeps kind of like dismissing her, and she just really wants, you know, the mother's love basically. Johnny's there for it, but and Sonya was only really there for it at the end after the fight, really.
Yeah. Fucking posing.
Who were the NPCs we saw actually in MKX? There was Lee May. Is there anyone else?
Rain, Sandel. Smoke, Fujin. We're a lot in MKX, yeah, a lot.
Wonder would any of them come, or would any of them be seen in the next one? Like Quan Chi's dead, Chinook is dead, Melina is dead, Baraka's dead.
A part of me is worried that we're not gonna see NPC game. Just like I remember Brian Short brought up like he posted a reply to someone's tweet saying, well, the NPCs are like, just because fans have been bugging us over it and like making threats, it pretty much convinced that not to put them in the next game, and you can sort of see like that happen with Injustice 2. Like there like literally aren't any NPCs in Injustice 2. Like all the other minor characters, they're playable, like Reverse Flash and such. But yeah, and that kind of makes me worried about MK11. And if we're not getting any NPCs, that's gonna be a good bummer.
This goes back to the whole thing about, you know, fucking toxic communities again then.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, social media... And it's dumb to me, because it's like... You're really gonna show that you're being bothered by, like, a bunch of stupid kids on fucking Twitter, and that you're gonna let that influence who you put in a game, which is for, you know, like, a whole global audience. Like, it's not just us that play your game, it's people around the world, and you're not gonna put these characters that they love to do just because a bunch of stupid people on, like, social media are bugging you about it. That's, first of all, that shows that you're easily bothered by shit like that, and you shouldn't give that attention, because the more you give it attention, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, it's easy. It's just ignore those kind of people, block them off. You know, there's Twitter has a great block button, and like the only reason why people don't use it is because like it's just kind of like a pride thing. They don't want to block someone because it just shows them like, oh, you're so, you know, like you fucking blocked me, you're a pussy. So
God damn it.
yeah, it's just don't like the thing is don't give those kind of people attention is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Like I don't think Twitter was ever this bad around the 2011 reboot marketing. Like it wasn't this bad. Like people were generally at that time like mature. But I think just as time passed, shit just has gotten worse and worse.
It's the newer generation, really.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of... Okay, not all now, but most are a bunch of fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you can blame it on all these like fucking shit and like the fact that so many young people have access to this. It's nowadays anyone can just like come on Twitter and say some stupid shit, and like no one can do anything to them. Because it's like they're behind a phone screen, and like what do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, unless they're a big name.
Yeah.
Like some of these YouTubers, Logan Paul and all.
PewDiePie.
Damn you.
I don't know. The world has just gotten so problematic nowadays.
Whoa! Look at my ninja sword in the ice. It's just a white texture. There's no actual like.
Where is it?
Hang on, let's see if I can get a
oh, why are your icicles in the background like clear? Like it looks like they're just standing.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's you're okay, reflection.
My sword, like in the ice, it's just a white stick. That's hilarious. Ah, emulators are so funny. Like they're old by Ubisoft. Only casuals on Raiden.
Man, I love seeing Scorpion yank a head like
yeah.
every
You think they're getting a bit too overboard with guest characters, though?
I
think we're pretty much
MKX
talking.
days, I would have been like, fuck you, no, because like I've gotten so salty because of Alien and MKX, and that like was sort of soured my taste on guest characters for a little bit. But over time, I've been gradually like, okay, I'm over the salt now. I'm done beating that dead horse. And nowadays, I'm just like, well, the thing is for me with guests is like, as long as you have the right guests, I don't really care. Like, MK is like, I can see like, for me, it's mostly about characters that fit into the genre. Like, if you showed me, oh yeah, Mario's coming in and as a guest in Mortal Kombat, I'm like, wow, really? Really? But a character like Predator, a horror character, yeah, I guess that fits because it's sort of like MK's theme. It's, you know, blood, gore, and horror.
Yeah, like Ash from Dead. Everyone kind of
yeah.
wants it. Also, I have a high chance that they're gonna put Spawn in the next one. Because they were already given the go ahead by the creator, and like everyone wanted him. They didn't put him in the X for a reason. I guarantee you they're saving it for 11.
I hear like Spawn, and I'm like, has that character ever really been relevant since the 90s? Like, are people still like? I don't hear anyone talking about Spawn nowadays in pop culture. Like, yeah. That's the only thing that's like keeping me from believing that.
I don't even know why his name really came up for her. I think someone just said it and everyone's like, oh yeah! And went along with it, really.
Yeah, like, he said something like WB, like Tonic Rollins something about, oh, I gave WB the rights to like Spawn for something, but no one knew what it was. Like, he never really specified. If you're like, if you ask me who I think will make it as a guest, then okay, I'm gonna say Pennywise, because you know the new It movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. It's just hopefully he doesn't turn into a giant spider.
That's his fatality. No, I want to see Pennywise use dead lice as one of his fatalities.
Friendship is like the person he was fighting against is playing with like a little small boat, and it falls down the drain. He's like, "Hey, is this your boat? Nice boat."
I want him like in his pre-fight intros to come in with a boat in his hand.
Is this your boat?
Is this your boat? Have you seen the new It movie?
Yeah, it's a good. It's really...
Yeah, that shit fucked me up, man. I didn't like that.
Oh, you just don't like clowns?
Like, I have a little brother. That shit wasn't cool to watch.
Like, I basically went to see it by myself because my friend doesn't fuck with clowns. Like,
yeah, like, I don't necessarily get scared or disturbed by anything unless it's personal. Like, unless it's for something personal. Like, I don't really fear anything supernatural shit just because like I know that shit isn't really like real and stuff, and like it's silly. But I mean, I like it for entertainment purposes. But by all means, I don't get scared by anything supernatural. It's just the only thing I get scared by, like personal shit, like things that can't realistically happen, like a family member being kidnapped or something. That would scare me generally.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I would really like to see Dracula as a guest in MK.
Yeah, it's like it's Nitara's like dad.
They really need to work Dracula into the MK mythos. That would be really cool.
Which Dracula now? Christopher Lee's Dracula or Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I'm thinking the classic Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Yeah, and then you can just have different costumes.
Yeah.
That was one thing they never did with the guest characters, was different costume.
Yeah, I mean, they're DLC. I don't expect DLC to have multiple costumes unless you're talking the 2011 reboot, because like they did have an alternate costume for Kenshi and Scarlet, but it was only the Vita version. But yeah, generally like DLC characters don't have extra costumes. Oh yeah, I'm working on Halloween themed outfits for the MK character. Like designing just for fun.
They'll probably do it for the mobile version. Not really looking to the game anymore.
Yeah, like that. I got the inspiration from the mobile, like the fact that mobile costumes for their characters. Oh wow, really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that actually either. No.
Yeah. Well, Ed said a lot of stuff about MKN, so I mean, he said the game was gonna have like 30-something characters at start or some shit like that. And like, this game has 25 characters. What do you mean?
I think he was definitely talking about the variations, like the way Katana had a Jade variation. Or else DLC wouldn't either.
That's really poor wording. It's like I noticed a lot of the clever things nowadays with like the stuff that Ed Boon says, like he words them in a specific way where like it gets someone hyped up but not for the right reasons. Like they think it's one thing but he actually means something else by it.
I have the feeling in my head that it's like Warner Bros. Telling them, like, oh yeah, you're only allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say this. The way you used to troll people, yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't
like,
do it
I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily blame Ed for a lot of the stuff that we see in interviews. Like, I think it's just those corporate dumbasses at WB are fucking. Well, WB in general are just a bunch of sacks of shit. Like, didn't they shut down Daniel Pesina's Facebook page?
Yeah, what the hell? That's him. Like, that's his page.
That's Johnny Cage. Fuck you.
And it's just like this. I was when I saw that, I was like, Daniel, what the hell? Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You chose wisely.
Big announcements about tournament money. Yeah, big announcements about tournament money, or the tournament in general.
Yeah, like we give a shit about tournaments.
Like the tournament would actually literally only have any sense. We'd actually have any sort of impact in it if it was actually kind of like they teamed it like Mortal Kombat's tournament. If they had Earth Realm, if they had Outworld, if they had Chaos Realm, that's what they named the teams or something like that, you know. And then obviously, you know, oh yeah, this universe would have to go up against this one, and if their 9 champions won 10 consecutive Mortal Kombats, they'd like consume their realm or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Countdown to another countdown, yeah.
Y'all remember that shit? The MKX marketing? Or the DLC, I think, yeah.
I'd have a bit more interest in the fighting tournaments if A, they were fair, no more fucking spamming the shit out of it. Cause you never see that in a proper Mortal Kombat tournament. People spamming the one move, unless you're Goro.
Yeah.
Cause that really pissed me off. It was like, as I said, when I went on that Injustice 2 tournament for the laugh, and your man was Deadshot, and he spammed the one fucking shot move, like, really annoyed me. I'm pretty sure zoning was illegal in that tournament. They were just too slow to get back to me. You dicks.
What was your like first memory? Like, well, it's like just in the spirit of it, the 25th anniversary. Okay, what was like your first MK game? What was your first memory of the series?
The Mortal Kombat 1 for the Sega. Literally, like, I was 3.5 years old. I came back from, I think it was junior infants or senior infants at the time. Actually, no, it was preschool. Yeah, preschool. I was like in this crash thing. Came back from work, came back from that, and my dad was there coming back from work, and he had a bag with a bunch of stuff in it. And he was like, yeah, there's a guy at work, he doesn't want this anymore. He's like, I thought you'd want it. And I look in, and it was a Sega, and had about 6 or 7 games. And I was like, oh my god, thank you! So we set it up anyway. I think the first game I played was Sonic. Then I played Columns, and it was mixed in with like Shinobi and Streets of Rage. And then I saw Mortal Kombat, and I played it, and I thought it was okay. But literally, as I played it, that year, I went to summer camp. And there was this guy there who also loved it, and he said, oh, have you done the blood code? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? It was like, oh, if you press A, B, A, or A, C, A, B, A, B, B, like at the grey screen where the words come, it's like, yeah, it's like, it'll turn red. It's like you've activated blood. So I did that, and I was like, oh, this is just like 10 times better now. Now that it's got blood. And then I just basically like kept buying every game after that. So 2, 3, Ultimate 3, Trilogy, 4. Kept going from there, really.
Sweet.
What about you?
Let's see. It was at my grandfather's house. I remember the exact room, exact like time. I was probably around like 7 or 6 at the time, or no, 4. I think I was 4. Yeah, it was before I started kindergarten. Yeah, and so I was basically, my cousins were in like the small guest room, like they were playing the Nintendo 64, and like I was called to it, like, "I come check out this video game." And so like I came to that room and I saw Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the first time on the Nintendo 64, and I was watching them play it, and I remember I was just so like taken, like blown away by like all the like the color, like the cool like outfits and character designs, and just seeing the blood just sort of like spew off like the characters' faces when it was like when they're being punched. Like I thought it was a bit comical and funny, but in a cool sort of way. And I saw Raiden for the first time. I was like, wow, this character looks so cool. Like it makes that cool sound when he comes back up. It was like like he didn't come back up like all the other characters did. He sort of like materialized back up to his feet. And he looked pretty cool. Look, so I tried him. And then I also tried Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, I think, was also one of my favorite characters. Liu Kang, also one of my favorites. And then I tried Katana. Katana was like an annoying character to fight because, like, I remember my mom used to play Katana, and I would get so annoyed whenever she did that the fan lift of hers in Trilogy. And so yeah, I eventually got her on Katana too. Like, she was such a cool character to me, and those were like the characters I played most. And I looked around. I was really like, I liked the individuality between all the characters. Like they all had unique stances, like abilities and such. And so I think it might have been as a birthday present or something. But my parents got me MK Trilogy for the Nintendo 64, and I ended up playing that a lot. And eventually I got MK4 as well. And I started playing that, and I think that's when the sort of my interest in the series sort of began and sparked. And I got interested in this in the story, the character art designs, and yeah, that's pretty much my story with the series. And onwards, of course, Deadly Alliance, my cousin, I've mentioned that story before. I saw him play Deadly Alliance, and I owned Armageddon. Was the first console era 3D game I owned on PlayStation 2. And yeah, that's just my story with the series. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of Sapphire.
More or less trying to now knock some people.
Did you try IV?
Oh, IV. That was it.
IV. Yeah.
Ah, what?
Oh, you do.
Wait, again, it's Ruby coins, right?
Yeah, Ruby.
There we go. Yeah.
I do like in Deadly Alliance that in some coffins they give you hints where they give you hints like on what coffin unlocks what just based on their initials. Like there's a hint that says IV stands for Ice Vixen, and obviously we know that that means Frost. So that gives you the hint that, oh, IV unlocks Frost.
Oh, I actually didn't cop that.
Yeah. Let's see what other hints there might be. TRMK. It's little details like that I just missed in the series.
Alright, let's do IV and then get back into it. I see Bruce got bored.
He just can't wait till the Deception Conquest starts.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna get all up in that biz.
Alright. Exit. Let's get back into doing what we were doing. I might do 2 more and then leave it there. Getting kind of late and I'm in work early in the morning, so
I see.
This might be something that we might come back to in, like, as I said, I've about 9 or so days at the end that I've nothing really in for it.
Yeah.
I know I'm saving 2 of them obviously for the conquests, because I think they're going to be too long to finish in one sitting. And there is also, I might look back at some of the older games that I didn't actually finish because again, ran out of time. So like Mortal Kombat 2, I didn't finish it with everyone. 3, I rage quit after trying to do it with the first person. 4, I managed to get everyone done. 1, I managed to get everyone done. And then this one, I'd say we probably still have to do like Nitara, Draman, Jax, Reptile, Fire X, Raiden.
Yep.
Right, I think I'll
Raiden is like one of the most expensive characters to like unlock in this game.
Right, I think we'll do Kenshi and then we'll do one other one.
Frost?
Yeah, I'll do Frost. I felt Frost was real dickish in the way, like, she totally screwed over Sub-Zero. Gotta go, guys. Happy to have tuned in. Right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Brusque. I'll send you a message later about tomorrow. And I'll see you then. If you can still do tomorrow, I hope. Awesome. Oh, you can tell in the for sure he's so happy.
Yeah. That conquest, that Deception Conquest is gonna be
Gonna be so good, and like I'm gonna be going through like trying to get every secret really, right?
Yeah.
So you know it's gonna take a while.
He's gonna come prepared with a printed list of all the side missions.
Right, so be here at this time, at this day. That was another thing I loved during the conquest mode. If you were there on a certain time and a certain day, like to get Liu Kang and all.
Yeah.
You don't really see that anymore.
Yeah, like all the stuff in the conquest, it was like for purpose. And the really cool thing about I guess it wouldn't have been. It's really not cool because like if you miss that, it will be like such a pain in the ass just to have to meditate one entire month to get it again. But Liu Kang's alternate costume, the human form, you had to like be on the specific day of a certain month, like of every month, like a specific day.
And it's only there for like 5 or 10 minutes, which went by really quickly. And you're like, oh god, quick, hurry up! I remember one time, I think I was there on the exact month and the exact day, and I think I was coming up to the time and I was running. I can't remember exactly why. I think I seen it, and just as I was about to hit X, it disappeared. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, and I think some of the outfits beat Conquest first to unlock.
Yeah. It's a shame there. I don't even think we're ever really gonna see Conquest again, which is a shame. But I really do hope Warner Brothers allow Ed to experiment with Shaolin monks too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, look, your eyes. You didn't nearly need them anyway. Oh my god, his eyes didn't pop out. What the hell?
Yeah, cause like there's a weird like thing with Kenshi. Like since he's blind, the eyes don't.
Fatality.
Yeah, but he still has them. I mean.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the weird part. He still has eyes. It's just he can't use them.
I don't know. Maybe it's the thing in front of his eyes. It stopped him from
The
popping
blindfold.
out.
Round 1. Fight. Wins.
It was Deception was the first one to like revel with Mortal Kombat Online, wasn't it?
Round 2.
I don't think Deadly Alliance had it anyway.
Interesting. I forgot how large the hilt of the blade was.
Get over there. Yeah, Scorpion, your eyes are gonna pop out. Yeah. No, Scorpion doesn't have those eyeballs.
Yeah, like all the eyes that come out are just like this.
Fatality.
The same one. Oh, look, he's holding them in his hand. Hey.
God, I love the soundtrack of this game.
When I was young, I had a cassette player, bit of a Walkman, and I had recorded various tapes because I remembered I was able to work out how to do that. And on one of my tapes, I had the intro to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I would just listen to it when I'm in bed and stuff.
Nice bedtime story.
Yeah, I'd have various different ones. I used to have like this comedy show that a radio station did down in Cork. It was like a breakfast comedy show. It was very funny. And then after that, like, or in between that, I'd have the Deadly Alliance intro, and then I'd have the comedy show again. But I remember just lying there and I'd mouth off the intro, so like I pretty much knew it off by heart, like, you know.
Yeah, it's such a memorable intro. I think like anyone who like can remember like the opening lines of the Deadly, like when Raiden's opening words are. Christ, I forgot that this game had like crazy jiggle physics.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about these days. Jiggle physics.
Well, not anymore apparently, because apparently Tumblr has got into the MK community too now.
Oh god,
giving
yeah.
him so much shit because it's like, I understand for like some characters, yeah, that excuse is, you know, valid. Like Sonya, there's no reason Sonya should wear stripper outfits. Like she's supposed to be a disciplined military chick. She's supposed to wear a proper outfit.
Real
But
34
for characters
man.
like Melina, who is like, their personalities are supposed to be like that, so it makes sense for them to dress scantily and shit. Like I don't understand why the fuck people like complain about that.
Just literally something about.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time, like, I watch Philip DeFranco on YouTube for, like, news stories and stuff like that, right? Some of the stuff, like, you hear people giving out about, it's just so stupid, like. And even he agrees, like, you know? It's like, this wouldn't have been an issue 10 years ago. But all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's a big issue, like, at some stage, like, you know?
Yeah, it's just sensitivity. It's just people have gotten more sensitive over the years.
But have you seen, like, the whole thing with like various games, like let's say Blizzard Overwatch, taking Tracer's pose or something, because apparently it was too sexually or there was another game I think it was that took off something. No, I actually can't remember now. There was another game though that had something else that people had a problem with. If I was that game developer, I'd be like, fuck off. I'd be like, that's the way I wanted to do. If you got a problem, don't buy the game, you know?
Yeah, it's. I especially love how Blizzard doesn't like take that shit. Like people were bitching about Tracer's pose, like being like oh, the over the shoulder pose where like her ass was sticking out, and like they changed that pose, but it's still like she still has her back turned, but it's like the pose itself is different, but her ass is still sticking out. Like, there, are you happy? Stop bitching.
Oh yeah, her legs just like down on the floor now, and her gun is up in the air like this, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's 10 to 20, 50 million times better, according to them, but it's the exact same pose. She's still got her ass sticking towards the camera.
Yeah, like you can tell they're not gonna give in to that shit, and that's the kind of attitude I want the MK to, like, don't give in to those, you know, those fucking demands of all these SJWs and like self-righteous cunts. Like, don't give in to that shit.
He's got so many true fans. He will just suggest something and then never ask again. You know?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. He doesn't need to listen, and I don't think he does, to be honest. I honestly think he'll see them and go, laugh it off, and then move on to the next tweet.
Yeah.
But it's just annoying though to see it, like when he posts something and then you want to comment, but your comment gets mixed in with all this people saying, "Oh, give me this guy," and Ed will like look at it and go, "Okay, it's just a bunch more people saying this," but your comment's right under that with a proper point or something, and it just gets pushed to the back, basically, you know.
It's bad. Ruby cones. You would just look at Borracho's outfit and just be like, "Man, I wonder how bad that smells."
I
feel like Borracho would be a smelly person.
I could so be Borracho for Halloween.
I never planned a costume. I haven't dressed for Halloween in like over 2-3 years. Like the last character I dressed as for Halloween was Scorpion, MK1 Scorpion, and that was like, during the MKX hype days. I was like fucking 4 years ago. Wow, it's been that long. I haven't dressed for anyone at Halloween for over 3 years.
I was Scorpion for one holiday, but I was more like I was Scorpion, but I let myself go Scorpion. I just kept eating stuff. I was Fat Scorpion, basically. And then do you ever see the Dark Productions Mortal Kombat? The Mortal Kombat Fate's Beginning.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, I actually put a lot of money into that. And I'm actually good friends with the director on Facebook, and he sent me the Scorpion costume that they used in the actual movie, and they sent me the reptile costume as well. That was in that they used.
So you have the costumes.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's a shame none of them fit me. Still nice to have though.
Yeah. I like the the effects you guys use for that.
Yeah, here's the thing actually. Surprisingly, the effects guy apparently bailed on them about a month before it was meant to hit YouTube. They're actually kind of panicking. Your one who plays Katana, Victoria, she emailed me saying, do you know how to do like special effects and all? And I do, but I'm not a pro at it. I'd be fairly like standard effects. And she goes, yeah, no, that's okay. But she told me the whole situation with the effects guy. And I said, well, yeah, if you want to send me on the files, then I'll give it a shot. She never did though. They ended up she actually did get a person who was pretty good at effects. So I'm happy they got him instead of me, because like the effects turned out really well.
Yeah, like I particularly like how they managed like Raiden's wide eyes. I thought that was gonna be a challenge because it's like they're always too lazy to do that in the actual films or TV show or or in the like the fucking web series from by Tankero, and like they never get Raiden's wide eyes, and I'm like, is it hard for them to do? Like, I look at this fan film and I'm like, these guys can do it. What's wrong with it?
There's so many better fan movies than actual movies out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true. It's like they always seem to like I look at the costumes for Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2 and I'm like, who the fuck design all this stuff? Like, did they play the actual games? Like, I look at Johnny Cage's outfit, it's just a generic, like, striped black shirt with, like, a jacket over it. And, like, everyone in that show had, like, beards and shit. Like, they all looked alike. And, yeah, like, Sub-Zero had, like, one of the worst outfits in the show. It's like a stupid paintball outfit.
Sub-Zero wins.
But, yeah, it's... And, like, fan films, they seem to make... It's just in general, MK fans seem to make more creative looking, content than what, all these other hired, bodies seem to be doing.
Like, I don't know, have you seen the Mortal Kombat Scorpion versus Noob Saibot video that was done? I think this was just before around the time of Mortal Kombat 9, like the actual fatality. Like, that's brilliant. Like, I'd love to see that in a movie.
Yeah, that was brilliantly choreographed.
Round 1.
Or also, there's these guys now I'm pretty good friends with. They're going to be special guests on one of my video. Have you heard of them? They're bizarrely funny.
Yeah, I've seen that video as well.
Yeah, they did one actually where Shinnok faces off against Raiden. That was pretty good. Very good.
They did a Shinnok? I did not know this.
Oh yeah, look it up. Shinnok versus Raiden fight. It was really well done.
Let me see this. Shinnok versus Raiden. Oh wow. I honestly did not expect anyone to make a Shinnok outfit. It's so bizarre to me, like it's just wow. I like the effects with the eyes, like it's demonic looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Shinnok starting off with kicking a rock.
Wins. Fatality.
Yeah, let's go, Moloch.
When I was young, I thought it was pronounced Moloch. Moloch.
Test your sight.
He puts his ear against it.
Yeah, I love it. You try to hear it, like
clever. Yeah, because he can't see, so he has to hear the cups. That's clever.
You chose wisely.
I'm honestly hoping for future MKs there might be seasonal events, like similarly how Overwatch does it. Like I want
like Halloween themed or
Halloween themed skins. And
they have the ladders. Why can't it just be like stuff you get when you finish the ladder, really?
Yeah.
Instead of just a combat card sort of thing. Alright, Moloch, we get it. You can suck.
He suck. flashing away. All of a sudden, Mortal Kombat turned into Soul Calibur. No joke, I think Deadly Alliance was pretty much Ed looking at Soul Calibur and trying to do that with Mortal Kombat, and then this game came.
They're taking a break from screaming. Hell no! I'm almost done. Relax. Surprising though, I normally have a lot more people, regular people on at this time. Maybe they didn't get the memo. Let's look in to see if the notifications are on. Ah, well. Yeah, there'll be a good amount of people probably watching tomorrow because everybody loves Conquest.
Yeah. Who do you have signed on for Armageddon Conquest?
Let me see if I... Yeah. 25-day schedule. Mortal Kombat Armageddon Conquest. Oh, there's no one there.
What day is that? Your head was covering it.
Oh, sorry.
I'll look. No, I'll look it up. I have the list.
Well, Deception's Conquest and Ladder are tomorrow, tomorrow and Sunday, and then we're going on to Armageddon's Conquest. So I think it's Monday.
Scroll, please. Wow, don't you hate when internet just randomly acts weird? Internet, please work. Oh, I still have to work on this. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. That is the 24th, Tuesday the 24th. Alright, let me see if I'm...
Tuesday? Oh, yeah. Ah.
I am. No, I'm working that day. What time usually do you start streaming?
Pretty much the same time as we came on really today. Was it
Today?
1 o'clock? Like 12 o'clock for you, was it?
Yeah.
Like it's 11
Maybe if I
o'clock
get-
now.
Yeah, I see. So maybe if I get up early in the morning or some shit, maybe I'll fill in the spot for Armageddon too if that's cool with you.
Oh god, I haven't clicked back into the game. No. Yeah, sure. Like as probably won't finish Armageddon's Conquest. So like you probably see if you were around one of the other guys.
Alright, that's cool. I mean,
or you come back for the second round of Deception's Conquest.
I mean, that's Brusk's that's Brusk's spot. I don't want to like mess around with anything.
True. Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
there. He's there for the first bit. It only depends if he's not there for the second bit. Like I could pencil you in, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Just depends on how much I get done. Like if I get it actually finished tomorrow, which I doubt it. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not in work Sunday, so we could go all night long.
Mortal Kombat 9 story. Oh Jesus Christ, you don't want. I don't have a lot of good things to say about that game story, but yeah.
Wait, which story?
The 2011 reboot.
Oh yeah.
Fatality.
I only have like separate days for the story and the ladder, mainly because story takes about 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. I think it took me like 6 to finish that one. Just because, well, with breaks and everything. Because like halfway through the story, I think we took my friends and I took a break to get our shit. I love how their souls are just like little sperm balls.
No!
Is Quan Chi having a? Oh my God, Quan Chi is having a.
Having a dramatic flashback. Sorry, Riggs.
Kenshi had finally caught up with Shang Tsung in Outworld. Years ago.
Wow, that is an appropriate reaction. Yes.
I know, right?
Souls of his warrior ancestors. Shang Tsung had consumed those souls and left Kenshi to die in the tomb. The ordeal left Kenshi blinded, but the sword of his ancestors led him out of the depths.
Here we go, revenge time. Oh.
Himself, Kenshi had
Isn't it weird the way Kenshi's sword lights up? Like, I know he's calling upon his ancestors' powers and all.
Yeah.
Sure, same with the Mortal Kombat X's. You know, it's like the sword enlightened and it revealed the path, portal and all.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Kenshi's sword, like before, I think this was before Deception. Like Deadly Alliance was the game where the sword glowed red. After that, it just started being blue. Yeah. To be honest, I prefer the glue glow.
Wasn't it only red though because he was with that Shang Tsung there?
Well, I mean, in the renders, it was also like glowing red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, we've time for one more guy. So who should it be? Actually, I might have enough coins to unlock other people. Oh, you wanted Frost, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, it's
crap.
up to you though.
I don't mind.
I thought since we unlocked it,
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Alignment unknown. That's
I know,
should give you a hint.
Yeah, because she's just a two-faced bitch.
Round 1.
Sure, even in Armageddon's Conquest, isn't it? You see her like.
Yeah, it's well, at that point, it's just like she's been so delirious to the point where anytime she sees someone, she thinks it's Sub-Zero, just because like she's gone that low.
Frost.
The hair physics on her, like in Deadly Alliance, were weird for Frost though. Like, so if she looked down, her hair would stretch.
Round 2. Fight.
See, yeah, it's just stretched again.
Like her hair extends.
Yeah. I do like Frost. I wish she came back though.
The ground freeze I always thought was a weird choice.
I mean, it's a more interesting and like more creative way than Sub-Zero's ice freeze. Yeah.
Flawless victory.
I do think like since you can be more creative with ice powers, I think she should do different things with her ice. Like, I especially like the little detail that Frost is only powerful enough to like conjure small ice daggers, where Sub-Zero can like make an entire friggin' sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he is the Grand Master.
Yeah. And I like to think that Frost's story is just basically out of envy. Like, she wants to be a power. She wants to unlock the full potential of her powers, and that's why she wants to drive a medallion.
Hey, don't forget now, Sub-Zero's kind of upgraded. He can summon giant hammers now.
Yeah, that's true. Swords, hammers, all that good stuff.
I have to say though, if for MK11, I really do hope they keep the brutality system. I like the way it was done.
Yeah, same. A lot of those were really creative and like very strategic. I hope they bring that back. Like, a lot of people like them too, and they hope they're like a standard now, the same way X-rays have been.
Some of them were very brutal.
Yeah.
Like one of the Sub-Zero's ones, like I think it's like your brain or something.
I like the one where he stabs them with the ice daggers in the stomach, and then like the final one jams it into their head. Like you can feel like the head pain like when you look at that.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that, I could feel like a little bit of a sharp pain in my head. I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Indeed. Incredible. Massive temple.
I kind of like how in Frost's Fatality in Deadly Alliance, it's like as soon as she kicks off the upper part of the torso out, you can see like the bottom, like the top part of the, like the broken body looks like steak meat.
Yeah. There's another actual animation maybe you should probably watch as well. Is it's Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, but it's really detailed animated. I think also like the Lin Kuei Grandmasters come into it at one stage as well, and then of course they call on Smoke and a lot of the cybernetics as well.
Oh,
I must see if I can find it and link you to it. Really cool. This is making me want to get back into the animation now.
Go for it. Oh god, her hair. You see that?
Oh, what's it? Juggling.
The funny thing about these fighting styles is like how they always try to sell them as authentic. Like, even though they're not like authentic at all. Like I took Taekwondo when I was young, and I can tell you for a fact that Sonya's moves are total bullshit. That's not how we do Taekwondo. That stance isn't even Taekwondo.
Sure, I did Kempo when I was younger as well. And we always had to do a kata at the start of every the class.
Right.
It's pretty cool kata though, but totally forgotten it by now. But I remember we got into it and we learned a lot, and then we went on to the weapons training. We're only allowed the sticks now, obviously, because we were only kids, but it was still great crack though.
Did you practice with the nunchakus yet, or the tonfas?
No, our sensei basically showed him and one other guy like messing around with the nunchucks and tonfa, and like he was so skilled at the tonfa, he was spinning around like it was crazy. They were like, if you guys end up like getting to this level, give me a call and I'll spar with you. But
That's awesome.
Your man with the tonfa, he was okay. He wasn't obviously like spinning it around or anything, but he was doing it on a dummy like.
Beating the crap out of that dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found myself a lot more akin to the staff. I think like the staff is like my spirit weapon. Like I find myself more like I can use that a lot easier than any other weapon. Like with the nunchaku I'm okay with, but I always hit myself. And thank God I just have like a normal padded. Like I have a nunchaku, a normal padded one. Because I know if I have like a real like nunchaku with like wood and shit, I know I'm gonna hurt myself. Because I can't tell you how many times I was practicing with a nunchaku and accidentally face.
Ouch.
Yeah. And like the only reason why I wanted it in the first place is because like when I was younger I watched Bruce Lee films. And like when I saw him do the spin shit with Enter the Dragon, I've been trying to copy it ever since.
It's actually quite funny, right? We have apparently illegalized swords, right? You're not allowed to have metal swords anymore, okay? There's a karate shop in town that sells full-on size and like yeah, and then tonfas and all, and we're like, but then they like you go to the swords and it's just like, you know, the wooden ones they use for training. I was like, hang on a sec, you sell full-on size, but you're not selling the swords, and they're like, oh no, the law states. It's like, I can still kill you with this.
You're okay with the weapon. You're not okay with a weapon that has a metal like blade with the hilt attached, which is what a sword and a sai both are. But you're okay with like this one just because it looks different.
Don't get me wrong now, I have 3 katanas in the corner of my room. Like, I think the whole law was you're not allowed to buy them anymore, but as long as you have had them and they're only really for demonstration purposes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny though, anyone who comes to my house are always like, oh my god, you have swords! And I just start messing with them. And then they start messing with all my airsoft guns. I was like, yeah, my room's an armory. It's great.
Like a real katana?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's obviously
Awesome.
one of the ones that you bought in a shop to like for display purposes. I doubt it's even sharp
I
anymore.
see. I hear like a katana blade is really hard to make, like authentically, because there's like this weird complicated process to it. Like about tempering the blade and stuff. And like one misstep can like ruin the entire blade and has to be done all over again.
Damn you, Sub-Zero! I will have my vengeance.
The student. Today the student is unable to beat the teacher.
How good I'm blocking? This isn't training.
You have much to learn, Frost.
It's like, oh, how cute. You summoned daggers. Let me take out my sword. Oh god. Oh god. No.
And he takes it
Oh
out.
god. Frost isn't related to Sub-Zero, is he? Or is she?
No, they're from the same race, but they're like the last two ones or something.
God damn it.
Yeah, they're not related at all, as far as I know.
He's just
His
still...
knees, his thighs.
Like, they're still sticking in me, but screw it. I gotta pop this pose right here. Oh no, 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 no. Oops, I hit L1 by accident. Here we go.
I forgot you can handicap your own health.
Yeah, that's a stupid move to do.
Yeah, like
hang on, I'll put it
unless-
down to 10%.
unless you're trying to show off, it's kind of dumb and useless.
Yeah. The only time you'd ever use it is if you were playing 2-player and you just wanted to do it on your friend to see if you could do a fatality.
To this day, I still can't remember if like slamming the, okay, you know, like the force field around the edges of the arenas, like they slam into it. I still can't remember if that does extra damage if you like push them against it.
I think it did a bit more damage than. Hang on, I'll try.
Yeah.
Trying. Oh, you can't really see because. Oh, I know you can. Sub-Zero's on the right. All right, hang on.
Yeah.
Come on, over you come. Over you come. All right. Yeah. Ow. No. Yeah. Yeah, it did a bit.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, the life bar. Fucking amulet is just shooting the green beam.
Yeah. Not what it's meant to happen.
Who activated that portal?
You're able to change the graphic options, but if I do, I might fuck it up. The whole system might crash. It's happened before. Ah. The Nether ship. Oh, this is the thing I unlocked actually.
Yep, stage. Took them long enough to make Shang Tsung's boat a fightable stage. I think, like, well, in fact, this game in general did homage to the original Combat, like, when it came out. Because, like, again, they were trying to revive the series, and, like, it was kind of like the Force Awakens of the MK series. Like, they were trying to make a homage to the classics. That's why all the MK1 characters are there.
There's
And,
the
like,
door.
Yep.
The door where Raiden was like, enough! Actually, no. This looks like more the boat from the animated series, because that's where Shang Tsung was held up. Actually,
any moment now, you're gonna, like, while you're gym. Any moment now, you're gonna see the door open, like Shang Tsung is just silhouetted by glowing lights.
Yeah. Sub-Zero.
Jim Cummings, Shang Tsung.
No, 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 no. Yeah.
The weird, funny thing about it is that when you look at some of those actors, like those voice actors, they actually voiced a lot of characters you know they voiced. Like, did you know that the Raiden that in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, the cartoon show, he was voiced by what's it called? I forgot his name. Clancy Brown, yeah. And he's the same guy who voices Mr. Krabs in the SpongeBob cartoon.
I've heard that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And also Lex Luthor in the Superman animated series. So wow, yeah, Raiden and Mr. Krabs share the same voice. Holy shit.
Alright.
And Jim Cummings was the same guy who voiced Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
So Shang Tsung and Winnie the Pooh have the same voice actor.
Oh god, which one is it?
It's what's it called? Friggin' Circle. Yep.
Ah. I know, there's a part where it just kept going like the exact same two. I was like, no!
I hate when it does
no,
that, yeah. It's like the more you do that, the more it gets confusing.
What was this stage again? Like, what was the purpose of the stage?
The Lunghai Temple. Well, as far as I know, it's like a dock or something for in Outworld. And you wouldn't think that it's Outworld because the skies are like normal looking. But yeah, it's like a dock.
All right.
I know it's an Outworld because it's like there's like a map that John Vogel did of the entire like Outworld planet, the realm, and like it has a lot of like the key arenas like marked on it. Like it shows you where the Living Forest is, where the Wastelands are, where Shao Kahn's palace is, and like on the second large continent on the edge, it shows where the Lunghai Temple is. Like, oh, so this place is an Outworld? I didn't know that. But yeah, like it doesn't look like it's from Outworld at all.
Yeah. Hey, Frost. Quick, don't look down. Oh god, your hair.
Oops.
Oh god, no. Moloch with Frost. That's gonna go great. Maybe if I die, I'll switch to Scorpion and kill him real quick.
Round one.
Fight. There we go. Ah. Okay.
Deadly Alliance slander will not prosper.
Someone slandering Deadly Alliance.
No, I'm just. Any of the console era haters.
Of course. Console wars do my head in.
I always try to remember how many of those statues that hold the ropes that keep the arena in there. I always try to remember how many there are. I think they're like 5.
Yeah, I think
So
it's 5.
there's like, yeah. Because there's like lore behind those. Like the history behind the Wuxi Academy is that the five of these great Shaolin masters basically founded it.
Now they're forever bronzed by holding the little area.
Yeah.
It was five stats.
Oh, sweet.
Right, Moloch, kill me so I can get Scorpion and kick your ass.
That's a giant soul needle.
Round one. Fight!
Ow.
Well, I think that grab move was unlockable, wasn't it? Oh, you almost got him.
I know, right? Crazy.
There you go.
I think it's the quickness of her daggers keeps staggering him. Can't really move.
Yeah, I think that's like one of Moloch's biggest weaknesses. Quick moves are like they can take them down easy. That's why I always use Johnny Cage and Nunchaku.
Ow.
Cool. Also, you can see, like, you notice a pattern in his attacks. Like, after you finish comboing, like, usually he'd either block or hit. So, like, it's always safe to block first, wait for him to hit, and then you
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. See.
So much blood coming out of him.
Yeah, like, it's funny, like, all of a sudden, he just starts bleeding profusely after you beat him, but not during the actual fight. Like, oh, you just hit a sensitive spot.
I was like, geez, you stabbed him over 500 times, but only now is he bleeding internally.
Yeah. The blood in this game was just, like, out of control. Like, if you'd, like, punch someone in the face, like, just their fucking eye, like...
Flawless victory.
Eyes would just start exploding and with blood all over the place. Yeah, the blood physics in this game were funny. Yeah, like, he was blocking, and, like, all you were doing was stabbing him, and, like, all of a sudden, like, a spray of blood just, like, flew all over the place.
Oh, no. Ah, screw you and your power-up. Damn it. He punched me in the face. How dare you?
I love how they just continue to casually stand, even though they're, like, daggers in their thighs or something.
I was actually looking at a lot of earlier, like very earlier renderings from Shaolin Monks when it was originally meant to be a game with Raiden in it.
Yeah.
And
it was, yeah.
Wondering exactly like what, like how that would have went down. I wonder. Very interesting to see.
Well, one of my wishes was like an action adventure game. Co-op action adventure game specifically, where you can play as Raiden and Fujin, and like the story covers the events of the first war against Shinnok.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been a good one actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're playing Raiden and Fujin, and like you have to stop Shinnok's war in the heavens.
An opportunity there for loads of new faces, new characters, all sorts of things really. Except for Raiden and Fujin.
Yeah. And like that story did actually have like a lot of like important info. Like that was like how we know that the dinosaurs in the Mortal Kombat universe went extinct. That's how we know reptiles like race of the Terrans nearly went, were nearly wiped out because of the war between Raiden and Shinnok. And so I would certainly love to see that explored. And like at the end of the scene, like the last final cutscene in the game can be like Shinnok banished to the Netherrealm and like he sees Quan Chi and like he makes a deal with him and that's where the game ends. Like Quan Chi's like the final appearance. Oh wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Oh, not even a scratch on her face.
Yes, finally. Kill Shang Tsung, go to bed. Ah. Oh yeah, here we go.
Test your might.
I love how the individual test your mind animations. Like for the chicks, like they use their legs to like break the stones.
Would have been funnier if one of them used their boobs. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that video of your one with the boobs? It just smashes the bricks or the watermelons.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. That'll be funny.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Like barely even a scratch on you.
Yeah, can't say the same for him though. Ow.
Oh, a lot of these outfits I really miss.
Yeah, I like this. I like the outfit for Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
Very
it's
nice.
very regal. Yeah, it's like, and it's also like absence makes the heart like grow fonder. It's like I miss a lot of these outfits even more now. The fact that we can never see them anymore. And the cream on top of the cake. Even the
Anybody
sash
for
is freezing.
anybody for steak? Ah.
500 sapphire coins, that's a lot.
Champione.
I swear to God, Quan Chi's soul is smiling.
It is, look at him. Yes, that is what you wanted me to do. Because all I'm gonna do now is go back to the Netherrealm. That's pretty much where I belong. Oh, you stop
Yeah, like-
nothing.
The only reason why everyone keeps coming back in the MK universe, like they don't fucking stay there. Like their soul just goes to the Netherrealm or heaven.
That she had
Could
been
easily get out of
taking
that.
part in the destruction of the Deadly Alliance, and that he was proud to have her as a member of the Lin Kuei clan. But unknown to
Oh, to have her member of the Lin Kuei clan.
joining the
And then little did he know was she was just planning on betraying him at the end.
used her ice blast to temporarily
So stupid. I mean, like, why did she, like, she was gonna be, like, she would have been Grandmaster eventually, right? Or she would have been Master eventually. She doesn't
Well,
need
it's
to.
like she could have been if she continued with her training and like became powerful enough, but that would have taken a long time. Like I can imagine she probably doesn't have the patience to deal with that. That was like one of Frost's biggest like character traits, the fact that she was very impatient and always like she couldn't learn discipline.
So she's basically just a bratty teenager. I
Yeah,
want it
basically.
now!
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Is
the
there,
start in a nutshell.
before we end it, let's see if there's any more funny videos we can get.
Let's see. I have the what's it called, the crypt open up on TRMK. Let's see if I can help.
Oh yeah, that's got very nice, it's like ordered very nice.
Yeah, that's where I always go for reference. Production art, videos, okay.
I was thinking about doing the
Um,
conquest in this one, but I think it would have taken way too long. Like 300
yeah,
missions or something.
yeah, it's 300 missions. It's gonna take forever. I mean, I do like the fact that in Conquest it what's it called? It does like it gives like I mentioned this before earlier. Like it gives you background info in the story.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Scorpion goes back to hell. That's basically Scorpion's MK4 ending. It's at Coffin CX 203 gold coins. There aren't really other videos, but they're like funny production art. Let's see. There was one funny, like there are a lot of like funny like images they did for Deadly Alliance, like product placement ads, like Kung Lao owns his own sword shop, and there's a what's it called, like Reptile has his own like lotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lots of them are like hilarious. Yeah. So like Frost has their own skin cream.
I have a lot of blue.
Yeah, but other than that, most of them are just concept.
Oh yeah, I think only really cooking with Scorpion.
Yeah, Deception Crypt also has like more funny videos and such.
Does,
they're
yeah.
really spit out. Yeah.
MK Gold endings. Oh yeah, we've seen that. Ice Palace, early MKDA promo, Aver, Clay, Scorpions, bot test.
Oh, you're halfway there through unlocking Drum and you 1,600 coins. Sapphire.
Can I afford anyone else while we're here?
Let's see what characters you can unlock.
Raiden? Nope. Draman?
Raiden
Nope.
is... Yeah.
Ara? Nope. Jax? Nope. Suhao? Nope. Wouldn't want to anyway. Reptile? Nope. Princess Katana? Yes, actually. I can do Princess Katana. Frost? I can do Frost. Well, we got Frost. Cyrex? God, no. Do Katana, actually. KI. Of course it's KI.
I love how it's color coded to let you know. There's my princess. On a high note.
Exactly. Right, guys, that is where we are going to end the Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance stream. I want to thank IshyRoze for coming on.
Thank you. Happy I've hopped on.
You want to tell everyone your Twitter and your YouTube and all just before you go?
Sure. You can follow me at YouTube IshyRoze Game. I post a link to the chat if that's cool.
I think you cut out there. Say it again.
All right. I'm gonna post it now. And here you go. Okay, that's the link to my YouTube. I do MK videos and such, and sometimes the occasional Overwatch video. And also I have a DeviantArt. It's also IshyRoze. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Happy to have hopped on. Thanks you, Pain Train, for having me on.
No problem. I'm sure we'll probably see you again at maybe another stream. Great.
Indeed, yeah, definitely.
Awesome, and thank you guys for watching. This was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. We are back tomorrow, same time with, or maybe earlier. I'll let you guys know on Twitter with Mortal Kombat Conquest. Mortal Kombat Deceptions Conquest, and we will have Bruce Poet in with us tomorrow, which is going to be exciting, and he's going to be like a little schoolgirl getting his first piece of candy, I'd imagine. He's going to be so excited. Right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.